The playoffs, week 11. Some call it borrowed time, but I see it as time earned. This opportunity in front of this crowd in the heart of Southeast Oklahoma wasn't given. It took bringing Comets down to earth.
Going for the end zone, in the air, it's picked off, and that should be the game.
A McAlester
Miracle for the ages.
and a win in the weather.
Paint that win column black and gold in rainy Shawnee, Oklahoma.
All of this to get to where we are tonight. Under the lights. With the season on the line. With the quarterfinals in sight. Who's going to earn it?
Running it right at the middle on third down. Braden Bumpus in more. He's in the clear. Braden Bumpus to the end zone. And that might have just sent them to the hook. Pass out into the flat. Caught and blown up in the backfield. Devion Pickham. Taylor pitches out in front. Oh, he's blown up. If you come at Will Spears, you best not miss. Finds Brandon Smith. Got to get out of bounds to the 35-yard line. Maybe not to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. He might take this to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Brandon Smith gives McAlester the lead. TNT. He's dynamite.
It's the Oklahoma 5A football playoffs. It's the McAlester Buffaloes and the Claremore Zebras. Are you ready? From Hook Hill Stadium, First National Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. It's football time. In the Heartland.
Here we go. Kickoff is just moments away from the turf of Hook Hill Stadium, First National Field, between the Claremore Zebras and your McAlester Buffaloes here in the opening round of the 5A football playoffs. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, alongside Phillip Jewell Jr. We have Chase McNutt sideline. Running our board back at the KND studios on the radio side of things, we have Austin Wheat. And running our video board tonight and the camera, the wonderful work of Nate Brown just in front of us here. So we are about 10 minutes away from kickoff in the Heartland as playoff action is back at the Hook for the first time in a couple of years. This is the first time since 2021 that McAlester has hosted a first-round playoff game, as the Buffaloes are looking to go to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2022 when they hosted a playoff game against Piedmont on their way to the state championship game when they took on the Carl Albert Titans. So the McAlester Buffaloes are just about ready to go. We're going to be having our national anthem be sung in just a moment, and I think it's about to happen as we speak. So I'm going to send things down to the field of Hook Hill Stadium, First National Field, and I'll let Derek Hatchage do the rest.
First United Methodist Church. Would you pray with me? Gracious God, loving creator of all life, we thank you for this opportunity to gather today and enjoy your outdoors, to spend time together, to play this game. And we pray, God, for good sportsmanship. We pray for safety. We pray for an enjoyable time for all the players and all of those present. We pray especially, God, for your blessing of no injuries tonight. And we pray these things in the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, now for the singing of our alma mater, and remain standing as we present our national anthem to honor our great nation and all those who serve. Tonight, once again, being performed by the McAlester High School Choir under the direction of Miss Tony Barnes.
Barney, you ready?
Let's ride.
All right, so again, the McAlester Buffaloes are just about ready to go here in MacTown, USA. Again, we have about 5 minutes and 50 seconds until kickoff here tonight in McAlester, Oklahoma. So, Phillip, your final thoughts before we have coin toss.
Man, this is what it's all about. When you start working out in the summer, when you hit that summer pride, that indoor facility at 6 o'clock in the morning in June, this is what it's for. I know the ultimate goal is to play in December, but playing in November gets you to December. And this right here, this is what it's about, man. Not a lot of teams get to do this. Only 16 teams in all of 5A football get blessed with a game tonight. And next week, it's less than that. So take care of your business, be smart, but more importantly for the seniors, whether it's the cheer, the Palm Girls who are on their way back, band, football players, trainers, enjoy it because this is the last time that you're going to be able to walk these hallowed grounds here at the Hook and enjoy it because, like you said, this is a time earned for one more trip here at the Hook.
We're about to have our coin toss. That's brought to you by McAlester Clothing Consignment. Consign with us and pick up great bargains. 1212 South Main McAlester. Behind Dollar General as McAlster's making their way to the near sideline and Claremore's making their way to the far sideline. Getting ready to meet at midfield. Chase McNutt has some pretty interesting information about our coin toss because here in round one, veterans do get in free today for their first round matchup all across the state for OSSAA playoff action. So I'll send the rest down to Chase McNutt and he'll continue on the broadcast until we are done with the coin toss here.
Yeah, Brandon, as you said, veterans get in free tonight. And also, Tonight's honorary coin toss will be performed by McAllister's own J. Paul Lane. Graduated from MHS and then the United States Air Force Academy. He flew worldwide strategic airlift 20 years on C-141 Starfighters, C-5 Galaxy, C-137 Streamliner, including 10 years serving on Air Force 2. He retired for 28 years of serving with men and women who embodied service before himself, and then also served 10 years with the outstanding men and women at MHS. So with that being said, here's your coin toss.
All right, guys, let's have a great football game, all right? Playoff football. Every play matters. We expect great sportsmanship, especially from you all as the captains, all right? Help us out with your teammates, okay? You see with some of your teammates getting a little out of hand, a little bit too much after the play. Help us out. We expect that from you guys as the captains, all right? Claremore, you all traveled. I'm going to let you call the coin toss. This is heads. This is tails. We have Mr. J. Paul with us here to flip the coin. Was in the Air Force for many years. We wouldn't be able to play football without men like this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Please flip the coin.
You guys ready?
I want you to tell me what he called.
Right now.
Heads. What did he
Heads.
call? He called heads. Tails. It is tails.
We'd like to defer.
You guys would like to defer. That means you guys probably want to take the ball. Which end of the field would you like to defend, McAlester? You want to defend the
that way.
scoreboard and kick this way? All right, McAlester, you all step over there, face this way. Claremore, you all step over there.
All right, well, as you guys heard, McAlester won the toss. They elected to defer, and they're going to be kicking right to left to get things started. Back up to you, Brandon.
Thank you, Chase. Head referee tonight, Jackson Stone, for our officiating crew here in round one at Hook-Gill Stadium First National Field. The winner of this game takes on the winner of Midwest City and Carl Albert, who is playing over on the west, well, not the west side of the state, right in the smack dab middle part of the state, over in the Battle of the Middle School District.
I say they ain't got to travel too far to go to Carl Albert. So,
and this is kind of unusual. The Claremore Zebras, instead of running out of a tunnel along a end zone, they run straight from the locker room straight to the sideline. That is their tunnel. McAlester Buffaloes are about ready to do the same out of the north end zone, as they have the inflatable there. They're waiting on their captains to make their way back to their tunnel. They have the American flag right out there in front, and also the BUFFS will be burning out of the tunnel as well here in just a moment. Scoreboard says 90 seconds left until kick here in this battle between the Buffs and the Zebras. You can't keep the herd tamed for long. Here they come from the north end zone. Listen to that feedback. McAllister's going to be wearing their black-on-black uniforms tonight, gold numerals on the front and back, and white helmets with the gold stripe down the middle. Confetti flying in the air here at the Hook for round one of the OSSAA football playoffs. It's great to have playoff action back here in the MAC. We're about to have kickoff. That is brought to you by Red Duck Tattoo Studio. For all of your custom artwork, big or small, color or black and gray, now booking for fall. Gift certificates available. Red Duck Tattoo Studio, 219 East Chickasaw Avenue. McAlester must be 18 years or older.
That's the feedback.
Oh, our video or our audio is playing over the speaker? Oh, can we turn that off?
Yeah, I can hear you down on the sideline, Brandon. And myself now.
it's about to be like Booker T and East Central all over again.
Can we turn off our audio? Steven's working on that, I think. But until then, I guess everyone can hear our voice here. Welcome to packed Hook-Gill Stadium First National Field, everybody. Give us a hand. You're hearing the radio call. Ball's right between the hash mark. Around the city of McAlester, around the state of Oklahoma, and Buffalo fans across the nation far and wide, thank you for joining us for the first round of the 5A football playoffs. McAlester and the Claremore Zebras. Wyatt Phillips has got the ball pinned between the hash marks. Again, Coach Skimbo, he's letting us know here. The broadcast on the PA right now. I don't know how to turn that off. That's not our thing. But let's get loud here in McAlester. Phillips will march his way to the near hash. Points to the right, points to the left. Puts toe to leather, and it's football time in the heartland. This one going to the 15-yard line will be grabbed there and making its way straight down the hash mark is a Zebra. Down to the 35-yard line, to the 40, and tackled down just beyond the 40 on a good return by the Zebras. And number 14, Furious Pool on the return. That's a first. Zebras will start this drive at their own 45-yard line. Ball will be put at the near hash mark, and here come the Zebras. 8-2 on the season, 5-2 in district play. Finished off third in 5A4. Be led out by Brad Hoisington, the quarterback. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to each side with the ball in the near hash. Hoisington awaiting the snap. There it is. He's passing on the first play of the game to the far side, caught in a screen pass forward for a gain of about 3 or 4, close to the 50-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4, bringing up 2nd down and 6, as being tackled at the 49-yard line is a Zebra. So 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Already right here, you can see Hoisington trying to get that ball out. Just a quick hitter, nice little hot route on the outside. Now they're going to go with an empty look.
A little bit of a hurry up, too. In motion, Hoisington running out right on a design quarterback run. 1st down and more past the 45-yard line in McAlester territory, down to about the 44-yard line. And now move the chains for the Zebras here early. Zebras are averaging 31.1 points per game on the season and just about 300 yards per game.
Hey, you see right there, they're going to wait for that motion, that shift to come in on the backside, snap it, and then come right back where it looked like Braden Bumpus was coming from to get over that 3rd receiver.
Pistol formation loading up the line. Here's the snap on 1st down and 10. Plenty of space for number 1. That is Cecil Garrett the 4th, rushing for a hard gain of 7 yards to bring up 2nd down and 3.
Brandon, I do actually have an injury update real quick. Gavin Mason is not wearing pads. He's in a jersey and sweatpants, so he ain't going to be playing tonight.
Thank you, sir. 2nd down and 3 coming up. Here's a snap. Hand off to Garrett again. Garrett waiting patiently for a hole to open up. Not much there. We'll have our first 3rd down attempt coming up from the McAlester 35-yard line and a gain of 2. 3rd down and 1. Hey, Chase, are we off the mic now? Are we still over the air here?
No, you're good. You are no longer on the mic.
Goodness. I was having a panic attack. That's a new one. I don't know how that happened in the first place. But 3rd down and 1 coming up for the Zebras in McAlester territory. Ball right between the hash mark. In the gun. Hoisington puts a man in motion. Here's a snap. Keeping it himself would be Hoisington up the middle. 1st down. He needed 1, got 2, and that'll move the chains. So the Zebras with a pretty nice opening drive. Led by Jarrett Hurt, who coached against the Buffaloes back in 2019. That was the last time that these two teams met each other. It was a 49-28 win for the McAlester Buffaloes in the first round of the 2019 playoffs. And again, just like in that game, whoever wins this one will more than likely take on the Carl Albert Titans. Ball set at the 33-yard line in McAlester territory. McAlester secondary will press here. Snap, handoff up the middle. Cecil Garrett almost broke through and would have had 1 man to beat for a touchdown. Instead, it's a good tackle around the secondary. Gain of 3 yards brings up 2nd down and 7 from the McAlester 30-yard line.
Yeah, nice little hip drop tackle there. And Cecil had 1 man to beat and just couldn't shed that hip drop. And perfect read right there by the Buffalo defense to be able to get him down.
2 receivers to each side, running back on the left side of Hoisington. That is, again, Garrett the 4th. Snap, and we do have some laundry on the field. This will be a false start, and that'll move the Zebras back 5 yards.
That was actually Pfeiffer Mitchell on that tackle, by the way.
And you know it's a packed house, too, because we are having a little bit of interference all over the place right now, including our radio side. Every once in a while, we'll get a little bit of a glitch here. One of our best crowds that we've had here at the Hook all season long. Now 2nd down and long here for the Zebras from the McAlester 35-yard line. Back to passes Hoisington. He dumps it down over to Cecil Garrett, the 4th, down the far sideline. Ran over a Buffalo, but not before getting a tackle on it was Cleveland Williamson. They'll bring up 3rd down and manageable right inside the 30-yard line. We'll call it 3rd down and 5 on the way. So ball on the left hash. Officially at the McAlester 28-yard line. Trips right, pistol formation. Hoisington waiting, and he's going to get a Buffalo to jump off sides, almost a couple of them. That should be enough for a 1st down as well. It's been a dream opening drive for the Zebras, who are looking to improve on last year's awesome finish at 11-2. They made it to the semifinals for the first time since 1987 last year. 9:06 left to go in the first quarter here for those on radio. Opening drive for the Claremore Zebras, now inside the 25-yard line. Left hash, trips right. Hoisington in the pistol. Snap, handoff to Cecil Garrett, sweeping right. Garrett trying to get the corner, can't get it. Coming up with the tackle, Pfeiffer Mitchell right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the carry, 2nd down and 10, and I still hear my voice every once in a while.
Yeah, right there you could see he just kind of missed the block on Pfeiffer Mitchell, and If he had picked up that block, he could have had a big gain, but Pfeiffer just worked over the top of it.
Ball favoring the right hash. 2nd down and 10. Empty backfield, 5 wide, bunching up the receivers on the left sideline. Here's a snap, little pitch out over to number 1, who's sweeping left inside the 20-yard line before taking a tumble down at the 19 as the Zebras get into the red zone. On that carry, I believe I said that was number 1. That would have been Cecil Garrett, the 4th. Tyson Grimmett, by the way, had a couple of the carries earlier. He's number 34. So they bring in a trio of running backs. You're looking at Cecil Garrett, the 4th, Ty McKnight, and Tyson Grimmett. Grimmett last year had 127 carries for 510 yards and 8 touchdowns. Can't tell if he's on the right side of Hoisington right now, but we have a 3rd down and 5 again. Here's a snap, Hoisington. Design run right side. Hoisington runs into a brick wall at the 15-yard line. He'll be shy of the 1st down, and we'll have 4th down and 2 coming up for the Zebras inside the McAlester red zone. And here comes a heavy package here for the Zebras.
That was just good on the back end by the Buffalo defense, and Hoisington read it perfectly, slid up, and they know that this young man is a hard physical runner, and they hit him low, they hit him high, and they just kind of stuck him and drove him backwards.
16 seconds to snap it, plenty of time right now. 7:55 left to go in quarter number 1, opening drive for the Zebras. Hoisington with McKnight to his right. 4th down and 3. The snap is a little bit low. Hoisington grabs it, runs it right. Hoisington stopped. He didn't get it. He's going to be a yard shy, and the Buffaloes, I believe, will turn the Zebras away here on 4th down. And yes, they will. Here comes the black. Over from inside their own 15. That's a great start for the Black Death defense. Bend but don't break, baby.
Kind of exactly what happened with Bishop Kelly just a few weeks ago. Opening drive, they go right down the field, and then you get inside the red zone, and then you just turn them away. Good play there by the Buffalo defense.
7:39 remaining in the first quarter here in McAlester, Oklahoma. As now Casey Washington Maisie leads out the offense in the pistol set of their own. H-back right. And the 2 tight end / H-backs will move over to the left side as Jordan Clark moves to the right of KWM. Here's 1st down and 10. First play from scrimmage for the Buffaloes. Might be a big one for Jordan Clark to the 30-yard line. He puts on a stiff arm past the 40, and he's shaking off Zebras all the way down to the McAlester 44-yard line. Move the chains. That 1st down brought to you by McAlester Direct Primary Care, offering 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. Call 918-233-6522. So officially out to the 43-yard line, McAlester with a good gain on 1st down by Jordan Clark. Ball's in the near hash. Same formation, snap, give it back to Clark, baby. Here he goes again to the 50-yard line, to the 45, to the 40, and stretches out across the Zebra 40-yard line for another McAlester 1st down. Jordan Clark averaging 8 yards a carry, and right now he is following that offensive line who's just bullying Zebras all the way down to the 39-yard line of Claremore.
Oh, yeah, he had 2 Buffalo offensive linemen downfield blocking for him, had a convoy. Essentially the exact same play that they just ran, and he had that backside lane open, stuck his foot in the ground, turned it up. Good look right there by Jay Boog.
H-back tight end right. Clark on the left side of KWM. Here's the snap. Hand off to Clark again. Clark up the middle. This time he's going to be ankle tackled after a gain of about 2. Brings up 2nd down and 8.
Clark on the carry.
Well, 3rd time's a charm there for the Zebra defense. Able to wrangle in Jordan Clark. 2nd down and 8. Again, McAlester has used 2 plays to go from their own 14, now 3 plays, to go from their own 14 down to the Claremore 37. Brings up 2nd down and 8.
If my dyslexic numbers are right, he has 50 yards rushing and 3 carries.
That'll do. Same formation as the last play. Ball on the left hash, 2nd and 8. KWM, the snap. Long handoff over to Clark. Clark zagging inside the 35-yard line. For a gain of about 3 or 4, brings up 3rd down and manageable here for the Buffs, as they're officially marking him down at the Zebra 34-yard line.
Right now, this is exactly what Chase was talking about during the pregame about his player to watch. When you got a bell cow and Jordan Clark, and it's going to be looking like it's going to be a one-back kind of night, you run him, and now you're in prime position on a 3rd and manageable. Put it in his gut, walk the safety up, try to sneak one over the top behind him.
So 3rd down and 5 for the Buffaloes from just inside the 35-yard line. H-back tight end right between the hash marks. They'll move to the left side with 5 to snap it. KWM with 4 on the play clock, hands it off over to Jordan Clark. Clark up the middle, first down for the Buffaloes again. They have not handed the ball off to Jordan Clark this entire drive. He's been the workhorse. Excuse me, that was the first handoff to someone not named Jordan Clark. Thank you, Phillip. That was Braden Bumpus on the carry, who last week had 9 carries for 92 yards and a touchdown. The 92 yards, a career high for Braden Bumpus on the ground.
And McAlester, they're back to bringing KWM over, running the huddle, and not sending plays in. And that was something they started doing last week, and they had a lot of success because it brought a new element to this offense. So right now they're staying with it. And this will be a prime chance as they're pressing, and there ain't nobody back to try to hit one big.
And first pass of the day for KWM going down the far sideline, one-on-one towards the pylon, and it's knocked loose. I believe they're going for Cleveland Williamson there down the far sideline. Incomplete, brings up 2nd down and 10. Currently, again, Buffaloes have the ball at the Claremore 28-yard line. Claremore did a good job after a good return to make it into the red zone. McAlester, a couple of great plays that set them up in Claremore territory. Gained a first down on 3rd down and 5. Now they have 2nd down and 10 coming up again from the Claremore 28. So it'll be, I believe, Clark back into the game, I believe. He's on the right side.
Correct.
Here's a snap, 2nd down and 10. Handoff Clark, sweeping left. Clark to the 25-yard line, and then he's met by that strong Zebra linebacker core. After a hard-fought gain of about 4, brings up 3rd down and 6.
3rd down.
First man there was number 0, Andrew Hancock, all the way from the safety spot. So 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Buffalo offense, and what could be 4-down territory. They're long when it comes to a field goal this year is at, I believe it's 42 yards, 43 yards. But again, that was with Blade Smith. And Blade Smith, I don't know if he's available tonight. He was hurt last week is what I was told. 3rd down and 6 here for the Buffaloes. Fringe 3rd down and 7. Got to hurry up, though. Clark will get on the left side of KWM. H-back tight end right. Here's a snap. Hand off Jordan Clark. And he'll go straight up the gut on 3rd down and long. Trying to get something to make a 4th down more manageable, but he only gets a gain of 1. So we're looking at 4th down and 5 now for the Buffaloes. With 3:44 as this first quarter has just been flying by. This is only the 2nd drive of the game. We had the first one by the Zebras stall out inside the red zone. And I don't think there's much discussion on what the Buffaloes want to do. And by the way, Coach Hassey's wearing his Letterman jacket. He was McAlester High School alum, went to the 1996 state championship game. 10 seconds on the play clock, 3:20 left on the game clock in the first quarter. 4th down and 6 coming up for the Buffs. The snap. Back to pass. Washington Maisie going for the end zone for Cleveland Williamson, and he hauled it in. Cleveland Williamson. Oh, he juggled it. And that's what the Zebras were saying. As soon as he hauled the ball in at first, he could not maintain the catch down to the turf. And the Claremore Zebras turn away the Buffaloes on 4th down. He had it at first, but the ground knocked it loose a little bit, and he just could not hold on. And that will be a turnover on downs for both teams now. 3:09 left to go in the first quarter. Zebras will take over at their own 25-yard line.
Beautiful pass right there. Back shoulder, put it in the back corner. That's exactly where you want it. Good ball, KWM. Just got to have those ones come down with you.
We're going to get a commercial break here soon, I promise. Here's the snap, Hoisington. Play action, rolling out left, looking downfield. Finds a wide open man across the seam. Number 9 down the far sideline. That's Trip Jackson down the far sideline to the other 45 and dives over to the McAlester 40-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the McAlester 42. Again, at 6'5", 210, the senior Trip Jackson, who just got an offer from NSU. He is a matchup nightmare. And that time he takes the ball all the way down from the 25 to the McAlester 42, and the Zebras are galloping once again. 2:55 left to go in the first quarter. No score between the Buffs and the Zebras. 1st down and 10 in McAlester territory again. Hoisington has the ball, hands it off. The 40-yard line met from behind. The running back will make his way officially to the 39-yard line, where his forward progress was ended for a gain of 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Right now we're
that carry, by the way, Cecil Garrett the 4th.
You are learning right now just how physical this Claremore team is. They're not afraid to come just downhill and hit you and use that strength. And they got a lot of big bruisers. And that tight end number 9 streaked on that backside drag route. That's a big hitter.
2nd down and 7 from just inside the 40-yard line of McAlester. Man in motion's Garrett the fourth. Here's the snap. Hoisington back to pass, looking over the middle once again, and it's overthrown. Well covered into triple territory. I think that triple coverage rather, and I think that Hoisington just saw that and threw it to where no one could catch it but his guy, but it was overthrown by everybody. So that brings up now 3rd down and long for the Zebras. Zebras so far, I believe, 1 for 2 on 3rd down. Yes, 1 for 2 on 3rd down so far today. So the nose of the football at the McAlester 39.
Look for Kevin Harmon to have something dialed up right here.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers each side. Hoisington does get McAlester jump off sides, no dice. Hoisington now might have a free play. Goes for the end zone, one-on-one towards the goal line, and it's dropped, but we'll see what the flag is. He was looking for number 4, which was Walker Dunaway. And Chase, I don't know if you can tell what they might be looking at, but do you have an idea?
I thought that there was an offside, but I can't quite tell.
Oh, they're speaking with Coach Hass, so I think it's on the offense. I think it might be illegal motion here. And I believe it will be because they're moving the Zebras back. So the penalty has been accepted unless they decline it. Now they decline it. So they'll decline the penalty on the incomplete pass to bring up 4th down and long, and it looks like the punt team will come out for the Zebras. So after the big pass to Trip Jackson, Zebras will try to pin the Buffaloes back deep. The punter, number 19, Hudson Lee, will try to take a 30-second break after this punt no matter what happens. Jackson McKinney is by his own 10-yard line with 1:55 left in the first quarter. There's the snap. Lee will give it the boot. It's a high spiraling punt that'll bounce at the 15-yard line, take a zebra bounce, now move sideways just inside the 15, and McAlester will start this drive around that area. 1:47 left to go in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and be back here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
We're back to action. 1st down and 10 for the Buffaloes. Handoff to Jordan Clark, who had a lot of success in the first drive that stalled out around the 25. Doesn't have a lot of success on that carry. It's a gain of only 1 yard. Clock will continue to tick. 1:35 left in the first quarter. No score between the Buffaloes and the Zebras. As I kind of predicted, defense is going to reign supreme tonight. So McAlester currently has the ball at their own 15-yard line, just past it. I mean, it's right between the 15 and the 16. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Clark is on the right side of KWM. They'll have trips right for the Buffaloes. No score again here in the first round of the 5A football playoffs. Washington Maisie with the snap. Looking to pass. Screen pass to the far side. Caught by Brandon Smith. Smith looking for an opening. Past the 25-yard line. Still on his feet. There he goes down the far sideline. TNT has a flag here as he's making his way down the far sideline with a convoy to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he tumbles across the goal line for a supposed touchdown, unless this flag brings it back, which, based on the body language of the Buffaloes, it is going to be coming back. The flag is around the 44-yard line.
There was a Claremore player that hit the ground, like right near the flag, so I think this might be blocking the back or something of that sort.
Thank you, Chase. Johnny on the spot there. It would still be a 1st down for McAlester. They will get the 1st down because the spot of the flag is at the 44-yard line. If they move it back 10 yards from there, it's still at the 34, which would give them well more than enough for the 1st down. But Brandon Smith, he was surrounded, and how he came out of that pile, I don't know. The flag came after that big pile exploded. But it is still a 1st down for the McAlester Buffaloes out to the McAlester 34-yard line on the first touch of the day by Brandon Smith, who, again, is now already tied for 13th in McAlester history for touchdowns in a single season. If he scores 2 more touchdowns in this season, he'll be tied for 7th. Trips left, 49 seconds left to go in the first quarter. No score between the Buffs and the Zebras. Snap, handoff, Jordan Clark, sweeping left, sweeping back right, holding on to the ball out to the 40-yard line, and on a good gain of 6. And
Clark on the carry.
the ball came out, and the officials are saying that he was down, and so is the McAlester offensive line. Looks like we're going to have to – we don't have to snap it one more time if we don't. No, yes, we do. Yeah, we have a 3-second difference between the game clock and the play clock here. So we'll snap it one more time, and then we'll move to the second quarter. Second down and 4 here for the Buffaloes from their own 40-yard line on a drive that started at their own 14. 10 to snap it, trips left. Ball on the far hash, moving right to left across your radio dial and your video screen. Washington Maisie, the snap. Hand off to the workhorse, Jordan Clark, working left, pushing forward to where he's 3 feet away from a first down. And that will be the end of the first quarter. No score here in the first round of the 5A football playoffs. 0-0. We'll be back in just a moment here on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Hook-Heel Stadium, First National Field, and actually we are going to be doing our veterans thank you here. As in the first round of the 5A football playoffs, not just the 5A, but playoffs across the state of Oklahoma, veterans are getting in free in the first round. So we do have to make up our commercials here in just a little while, but again, we would like to thank all of our veterans from any of our nation's military branches that have served or are currently serving our great nation. Thank you for helping preserve our freedoms here at home. We salute you. And with that, we will go back to commercial break for just a little while and get ready for quarter number 2 here in just a moment. No score between the Buffs and the Zebras here on KNED.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
I love fall. Cool breeze, cozy sweaters, and Fit Nissan of McAllister's falling prices. Exactly, just like the leaves change colors, our prices keep dropping. Have you seen the new Rogue? It's as bold as autumn red. Or the sleek black Altima, smooth as crisp November nights. With these prices, you'll be falling in love with your new ride before the last leaf hits the ground. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fit Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fitnissan.com.
Kawasaki's Ridge and Ridge XR family set the new off-road standard, built for work and play. Ridge side-by-sides deliver versatile performance with a powerful 4-cylinder engine and premium interior features. For even more trail-taming power, the Ridge XR family offers more horsepower and versatility for rugged work or advanced play. This is peak premium performance. Shop the full Kawasaki Ridge lineup today at Vickers Power Sports, 1904 South Main, McAlester.
As we cheer on the Buffaloes for a great season, make sure your home is just as game ready with Freeze and Flare Heat and Air. Whether it's keeping warm during those chilly game nights or staying cool when the heat is on, we've got you covered with top-notch heating and cooling. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air today and enjoy home comfort that's always in the winning zone. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485. Go Buffs!
Well, the holiday season is upon us, which means family and friends will be over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and at Vickers Furniture, our showroom is full of name brand furniture at great savings and easy financing. Plus, there's free turkeys. Not only that, but you can get your $10,000 tickets here too. And did I mention a free turkey? Drop by Vickers Furniture for details. Vickers, 2nd and Choctaw, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
Some zero-turn riding lawnmowers concentrate on performance. Others stay focused on comfort. But whoever said it's an either-or situation? With Gravely, you get plenty of both. And the ProTurn 300 is a perfect example. This newly designed mower is loaded with innovative features and is designed to keep the operator mowing comfortably from dawn to dusk. The Gravely ProTurn 300, the right balance of comfort and performance. Available at KC Farm Machinery, right across from the McAlester Union Stockyards.
Welcome back to action. His here on 3rd down and 1. The Buffaloes convert on 3rd down, getting out to the 49-yard line of Claremore, and they will move the chains. That first down brought to you by McAlester Direct Primary Care, offering 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same-day or next-day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. Call 918-233-6522. Out of the Dozer package, Jordan Clark gets the first down out to the Claremore 49-yard line. We have no score between the Buffs and the Zebras here in the first round of the 5A football playoffs. 11:33 left to go in the first half, as we're just now beginning quarter number 2. Sticking with the Dozer package from the Claremore 49, Bumpus in motion from the right to the left, back to the right. Here's a snap from the left hash. Clark shuffling around past the Claremore 45-yard line, will work his way down for a hard-fought gain of about 7 to bring up 2nd down and 3. This has been McAllister's bread and butter for the last 2 weeks. They really struggled against Durant in the first half, went to a primary Dozer-heavy offense in the second half. It wore down the McAlester offense and defense because you got a lot of guys playing both ways there, but it led to them moving the ball for about 200 yards against Durant, a little over 200 yards in the second half, and then an eventual 21-15 win. And the rain last week, we had that look, Dozer look. We also had a wild Buffalo look, according to Coach Hass, that featured Braden Bumpus at the head of it. Here's 2nd down and 3 for the Buffaloes. And still Dozer for the third play in a row to begin the second quarter. Clark this time was met from behind as we had good penetration on the left side of the defense. And we do have a Buffalo that's also down and holding his left knee. Hoping for the best on who that player is, man. That's not a great look, though, as we're going to take an injury timeout, and we'll be back. We'll have an injury update for you here in just a moment. You're listening to McAlester Football here on KNED.
A duo that's perfect together. That's Blackburn Plumbing and Air and Lennox. Blackburn Plumbing and Air is your local Lennox dealer, and we're committed to making your family's home comfort our top priority. With the wide assortment of Lennox products to offer, Blackburn Plumbing and Air will ensure your home's air is perfect for your family. Call us today at 918-423-2078 or visit us online at goblackburn.com to learn more about how you can experience expert service and care offered by Blackburn Plumbing and Air. License number 138890.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers offers high-quality, affordable care with locations in McAlester and Hartshorn. Caring Hands provides easy access to healthcare at reduced costs, medical, dental, behavioral health, and substance abuse services. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurance, and offer reduced pricing for patients that are underinsured or not insured based on income. We offer transportation and a 340B discount pharmacy program. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers. For more information, call 918-426-2442.
So the injured player is number 60, Landon Pingleton, which is McAlester starting center. We're going to send things down to Chase McNutt for a injury update. What did you see during that break, Chase?
Brandon, when he was down, he was really holding that left knee. I think it's the knee. It's either that or the ankle, but not really able to put a lot of weight on it to the sideline. So that'll be something to watch. They're already down one lineman tonight, so this could be a huge blow if he's not back for the remainder of the game.
And their starting center at the beginning of the season was number 50, Jaden Holman. Then it was Landon Pingleton. So this is their third center. It's Gunnar Pickett That's now the center for the Buffaloes. And this first one goes behind Case and Washington Maisie, and he has to dive on the football out past the 50-yard line. This might be trouble for the Buffaloes if they can't figure out the snap here tonight. Again, they're down to their third center of the season. And that will now set up 4th down and long after that was going to be 3rd down and about 3. So Washington Maisie jumps on it at his own 48-yard line, and the Buffaloes will have to punt the ball away. So they will have to figure out who is going to take over the reins at center, who came into the game also to fill Pickett's role at left guard. As Jackson McKinney gets the snap, and he will just barely get this punt away as there was a diving Zebra after the ball. It gets into the arms of a Zebra at the 15-yard line, and he gets leveled at the 19. And if I'm not mistaken, who is that coming up with a hit? That might have been Will Spears. You bet it was. Will Spears. Trevin Simon's in on the tackle as well. He was on this week's Coffee with the Coach. So the Zebras will start this drive at their own 20-yard line. 9:35 remaining in the second quarter. No score between the Buffaloes and the Zebras. But again, we'll keep an eye on the injury status of Landon Pingleton, but he had to have a little bit of help coming off the field as they're tending to him on the bench right here along the near side. 1st down and 10 for the Zebras from their own 20. And the ball's on the turf, and the Buffaloes might have jumped on it. They're signaling they have it, and you bet they do. Inside the Pops Kettle Corn red zone. We were just talking about snap issues. The Zebras have one right there. They put it on the turf, and McAlester will take over right around the 15-yard line.
That wasn't on the snap, Brandon. That was actually on the handoff.
Thank you. I was looking up from my sheet just at the last second. And on the botched handoff, the Buffaloes take the ball at the 16-yard line. So we'll see if we fix those snap issues really quickly. The guy that came into the game was number 59, Langston Weger. I hope I'm saying your last name right, buddy. But again, he is coming into the left guard spot. Again, Gunnar Pickett is now your center. Had trouble with the first snap. Went low to Case and Washington Maisie. Let's see his second snap of the game. From the 16-yard line. So this one's good. Keeper by Washington Maisie out to the left side. We already have a flag as he'll be pushed out of bounds for a loss here. And there's a late flag coming in as well for a late push. By the way, the Pops Kettle Corn red zone there in Old Town, 2714 North Main Street, McAlester. You can custom color your popcorn for the holidays. Choose from numerous bag sizes, bulk or a gift box. Call 918-404-5630 for quotes.
So with the hold, it would mark it off 10 yards, but since that's a dead ball penalty since he's already out of bounds, does that mean they offset, or do you go half a distance after a dead ball?
We're about to find out, and that's what they're explaining to Coach Hass here. Here is the hold on the Buffaloes.
Phillip, I just heard the official. I think you're exactly right. I think it's going to be half the distance to the goal.
So after the hold, then half the distance to the goal after that penalty.
After dual penalties on the play, it was still first down.
So it's still first down for the Buffaloes, but really no harm, no foul in the hold there. And we were just talking about number 59, Langston Weger. He comes out. Trying to see which lineman came into his place here. I can't really tell because they're all bunched up right now. But maybe we'll get an answer here in the next couple of plays. 9:23 left to go in the first half. Buffaloes and Zebras are tied up at 0, but the Buffaloes have the ball first down and call it 8 from inside the 15-yard line. Washington Maisie the snap, looking to pass, looking to the right side, going for the end zone. One-on-one for Brandon Smith, and that's knocked out of bounds. Jumping up and swatting it away was number 4, Walker Dunaway.
Second down.
Brings up second down and 8.
Yeah, Brandon Smith had that corner on him, and Washington Maisie kind of hesitated just a second.
Landon Pingleton's back in the game. Landon Pingleton is back in at center.
Let's roll, big dog.
That's great news. Not only that he's back in the game, but that he's okay in general.
Exactly.
That looked scary at first. He was grabbing right around that left knee area, and then he's right back in the game.
So that would mean why that young man Langston had to exit the game, because slide Pickett right back over to left guard.
Second down and 8 from the left hash. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Looks like a tight end on the right side. Here's a snap. Hand off to Jordan Clark, trying to find an opening along the line of scrimmage, but he can't find one. And this will be a loss of about 3 yards to bring up third down and 10 from just outside the 15. Long delayed handoff there to Clark. And right there, it could have been an option. He could have been looking for an opening along the middle part of the line that never opened up. That was just well guarded by the Zebra defense, who is giving up 18.6 points per game, which is actually 5 points better than what they did last year when they went to the semifinals. So this defense has actually improved in terms of points per game.
That dog will hunt. Right now, I wouldn't be surprised if McAlester doesn't try to get aggressive, get a short yardage, and go dozer. But also, don't be surprised if this doesn't set up a field goal.
They got to hurry. 2-2 to snap, but here's the snap back to pass. Trips left. Washington Maisie steps up in the pocket. Now surrounded, and he's going to be jumped on and slung down. In on the sack, number 76, Caden Conley, and that's the one thing the Buffaloes really did not need. Now you're looking at a possible long field goal. The forward progress will stop at the 22-yard line. It would be a 39-yarder from here. And coming on to attempt it will be Wyatt Phillips. McAlester has only attempted 3 field goals this year. They're 2 for 3. I don't believe they've attempted a field goal since Ada back in week 2. Wyatt Phillips is long on the year, and his only field goal attempt was a 22 yards. This one's 39. The holder is number 24, Grant Mullins, from the left hash to give the Buffaloes the lead. And we will have some whistles here. McAlester will take a timeout. 7:44 left to go in the first half. No score between the Buffs and the Zebras here on KNED.
Timeout, McAlester.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts on new Jeeps in stock, including Jeep Wranglers. Take up to $12,000 off new Wranglers or 0% for 72 months. The hot-selling Compass discounted $8,000 off or priced at $19,900. Wow! Patriot makes your next Jeep affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky credit card bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Wrangler MSRP 68190. Compass 28090.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes,
we'll get back to that respective commercial here, but it looks like the Buffaloes break the huddle a little bit early. Still going to go for the field goal here after the sack brought up 4th down and 15. So this will be a 39-yard attempt from the left hash. For Wyatt Phillips, who's long on the year, and his only field goal attempt of the year is 22. Holder again, Grant Mullins, to give the Buffaloes the lead. There's the snap. Good. Hold good. The kick is blocked. The kick is blocked. It's on the turf. It's picked up by the Zebras, and they will take over on this next drive. 7:35 left to go here in the first half, and you hear the train horns as the Zebras have traveled well from Northeast Oklahoma. And we still have a scoreless game with 7:35 left to go in the first round of the 5A football playoffs. Again, 7:35 left to go in the second quarter. So the Zebras will take over at the 32-yard line after they fumbled it at their own 15. McAlester could not take advantage. Trips left, empty backfield. Actually, it's 5 wide, but 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Quarterback run up the middle. This one is Hoisington. Hoisington bouncing off Buffaloes, and he'll be tackled by about 3 of them. After a good gain out to the the Zebra 39-yard line. Call that a gain of 7. We'll bring up 2nd down and 3.
2nd down.
This is a lot what Durant did and had a lot of success with. And Cole Robbins back in week 9. Spread out the field, get your best guys out of the box, and make it to where you have numbers that you feel good about in the middle. This time, though, they do bring a running back into the backfield in a pistol set right between the hash marks, 2nd down and 3. Snap handoff, running into his own man, not having to back up, and there comes the cavalry. The Buffaloes will tackle him for a loss. Cecil Garrett the 4th with the handoff. And he was swallowed up in the backfield, and that will be a loss. Well, it should have been a loss. You're going to give him no gain on the carry.
It should have been about a loss of 1 as he ran into his own man, and he was grabbed with his jersey. So they might have given him a loss of 1. It's 3rd down and 4 officially on the scoreboard. Empty backfield, 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Boisington all alone. Awaits the snap from his own 39. There it is. Looking to pass, looking left, finds a man wide open on a curl route. 1st down for the Zebras. Past the 45-yard line to the 50 and met at the logo. 1st down for Claremore. They will move the chains. On the catch, number 9, Trip Jackson, who has been the leading receiver so far for the Zebras in this game, despite not being the leading receiver on the season. He's got now 13 catches on the year for over 145. Had 145 coming into this game. And that one enough to move the chains. 1st down and 10 from the 50.
So getting back to the pistol set, Cecil Garrett the fourth at the head of it. Behind Hoisington, man in motion is Jackson. Here's the snap. Rolling out right on play action, looking for a man down the far sideline, and it will be caught just inside the far sideline with the reception. I believe that was Hayden Lee. Yes, Hayden Lee on the catch at the 45-yard line, gain of 5. Williamson was there, and it was well covered, but a nice tiptoe catch along the far sideline by Lee. Brings up 2nd down and 5 from the McAlester 45-yard line.
Not really a drag route, more of just an out route. Ran that slot up the middle of the field, broke it off, and good play right there for the Zebras.
Trips right, ball on the right hash, running back left. Here's the snap, handoff to McKnight. McKnight sweeping right, there he goes, takes a big lick too, right around the first down marker. I think he was pushed over the first down marker. That should move the chains on a gain of 5. Again, Ty McKnight with a little bit explosiveness there after the handoff. Again, last year he was the leading rusher for the Zebras in their playoff push. Had 85 carries, 1,081 yards, and 39 receptions for 356 yards, but plays such a vital role on defense. Can't get the handoff as much as he has been last season, but he gets this one too. Runs left, has some space, and there he goes to the 35-yard line to the 30. Met from behind, hog-tied by Braden Bumpus. After another great gain by Ty McKnight, using some patience and the explosiveness of his speed out to the 26-yard line, that'll move the chains once again for the Zebras. And now they got the Buffaloes scrambling a little bit here.
Yeah, just hat on a hat, making man miss, work over the top of it, and Braden Bumpus just uses that speed, that strength, and was able to run that hip drop on him and save a touchdown.
They're going to load the line, and they're going to now pass it. As rolling out right, be Hoisington looking for the curl route again. This one will be caught once again near the first down marker. I think he's going to be a yard shy. And on the catch this time was number 19, Hudson Lee. They're doing a good job right now of mixing up the run and the pass. McAlester looked like they were expecting run there. And then Hoisington put it right where he needed to put it. It's a gain of 8, officially 2nd down and 2. Under 5 minutes left to go in the first half, no score.
Run a deep little comeback right there on the play action.
Empty backfield 5 wide, but they're keeping it now with Hoisington running it right on the good fake for the first down. Still on his feet to the 10-yard line, and then he's wrapped up and dropped down. They're opening up all the bag of tricks here out to the 10-yard line. 4:45. Clock is stopped while they move the chains. Again, they put 5 wide, but they bunched everybody up near the line. They put a man in motion. It looked like, I believe that was Grimmett that was rushing from the right to the left side. They faked everybody out, and Hoisington found a wide open lane on the right side. This time, 2 receivers left. A lot of multiple looks from the Zebra offense. First down and goal from the 10. Handoff. Wide open daylight into the end zone. The Claremore Zebras strike first. Cecil Garrett the fourth with the touchdown. And it is 6-0 as that has silenced the McAlester crowd. 4:30 left to go in the first half. 6-0, the Zebras lead. That is Cecil's 6th touchdown of the season. And on to attempt the PAT will be number 16, Abby Teets. 26 of 28 on the season. There's the snap. The hold is good. The kick is on the way, and it is through the uprights, and the Zebras lead the Buffaloes 7-0 with 4:30 left to go in the first half. You're listening to McAlester Football here on KNED.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATM statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
So after the touchdown, the Claremore Zebras go up on the Buffaloes with 4:30 left to go in the first half in a 7-0 game. They have a pooch kick out to around the 32-yard line. That will be taken, and returning it will be Will Spears down the far sideline, and he will get into Claremore territory on a return in which the seas just parted. So great starting field position here for the Buffaloes. We will now give it over to Phillip for a drive summary, but it looks like the Buffaloes will start this drive right around the 40-yard line.
That was a 9-play, 68-yard touchdown drive that spanned 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Capped off with a 10-yard rush by Cecil Garrett IV. The point after was successful, and that is your drive summary by T&W Tire. Stop in and say hi to Gail and Doug and see their technicians for brakes, suspensions, and alignments, along with their 24-hour road service. That's T&W Tire McAlester, 918-426-6571.
Ball's actually at the 45-yard line, and they were moving to the 40, then they backed them up to the 45. And you're talking about the PAT. I got a really cool story about who just made that PAT here in just a moment. Trips right. McAlester will have it at first down and 10, though. Ball on the left hash at the 45 in Claremore territory. McAlester looking to bounce back. Here's the snap. Keeper by Braden Bumpus up the middle. Braden Bumpus tumbles past the 40-yard line and a good gain of about 7 on first down. Bring up second down and 3. Everyone remembers Katie Clark from a few years ago. She was the first female in McAlester football history to score points. Well, Claremore's got a Katie Clark of their own in Abby Teets, and she's been playing football since 7th grade, and the senior kicker there with the PAT, she's now 27 to 29 on the year. Second down and 3 here for the Buffaloes. Again, keeper by Braden Bumpus this time. Swallowed up well. No gain on the carry. Brings up third down and 3. But, yeah, she said she started playing football in 7th grade. She said, honestly, the first few days I started playing is when I realized it was for me. I also wrestle, play soccer for Claremore. When I have the time, I tumble too. That's a pretty cool story.
That's awesome.
Third down and 3 here for the Buffaloes, though, from the 38-yard line of Claremore. McAlester is down 7-0. The clock will continue to tick. 3:26 left to go in the first half. Buffaloes have 2 timeouts left. Claremore's got 3. Braden Bumpus gets the call in from Coach Hass. We're going with this wild Buffalo look. That's what Coach Hass called it, where Bumpus is the QB and Clark is the running back. The snap, running it left side. Bumpus waits for an opening, gets the push, and he's close to the first down marker. I think he has enough. On 3rd and 3, we're waiting on the chains to move. He got to the 35. And there's the chains. They're going to move officially to the 34-yard line. McAlester will keep this drive alive. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Down 7-0 to Claremore. And we saw this wild Buffalo look last week against Shawnee. McAlester really struggled to put any points on the board in the first quarter. About to the midway point of the second quarter, started debuting the wild Buffalo look and found 13 points out of it in the final 6 minutes. Trips right. Ball on the left hash, 1st and 10 from the Claremore 34. Snap. Looking to pass. Braden Bumpus slings it straight to a Claremore Zebra, and he's off to the races. This is an easy pick 6 for number 4. Walker Dunaway, house call. The Buffaloes are seeing some flags over on the far sideline. I think this is still going to count. I think that's just going to be a sideline warning. But Braden Bumpus, with his first pass of the season, kind of dropped the arm angle too and let that one fly. He was looking for Brandon Smith along the near side, and he overthrew him. Went straight to Walker Dunaway. That is a remarkable 24 turnovers forced by the Zebras so far this season. That is a sideline warning. And now Teets will attempt the PAT to try to go up 14-0 on the Buffaloes. Snap. High. Kick is up. And it is good. The Buffaloes are down 14-0 to Claremore. 2:20 left to go in the first half. We'll be back in just a moment on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, the momentum completely is owned by the Claremore Zebras. They scored a touchdown with about 4.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter, and then they get a pick six. And now they're up 14-0 on the Buffaloes lickety-split. And they're chanting over the far sideline. They are pumped up. Here's a little bit longer kick than the last one that we had. Gets out to the 17-yard line. This is where it's going to be grabbed by Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith met on a one-on-one tackle past the 25-yard line, tackle down at the 27. And that's where the Buffaloes will start this drive. Phillip, if you have the time, a drive summary for. Actually, we have no drive summary. That was a pick six. So while we have the time, let's go down to Chase McNutt. And, hey, Claremore, they traveled well, and they're amped up right now after that last pick six, buddy.
Yeah, Brandon, you're exactly right. They traveled extremely well tonight. They've been just as loud as the home side and the home band, as well as they brought their band. But they've got all the momentum right now, and we'll see if McAlester coming out offensively, if they can change that here, down 2 touchdowns almost at the half break.
And the Buffaloes have done a lot of right on offense. They just haven't been able to finish their drives. They've had a lot that stalled out near the 20-ish yard line. They have 2 timeouts and 2:13 left on the clock to score before the end of the first half. They also get the ball to begin the second half. Here's a handoff to Jordan Clark, and he's met behind the line for a loss of 1. And you can feel the energy. I'm in the press box all the way across the field and beyond the McAlester fans here on the near side. It is definitely quiet over here.
Oh, yeah, this is one of the most quietest we have ever seen the Hook.
Again, the pick six, as we have 2nd down and 11 now for the Buffaloes. Clock will continue to run. 1:40 left to go in the half. Again, if Claremore gets them to go 3 and out, they have 3 timeouts left too. So Coach Hass is trying to see what he can do here. Yep. If they get a good yardage play on this next play, maybe they can still try to go for some points here before the half. Back to pass will be Washington Mazey. Steps up in the pocket. Now has to rush right. Tucks it, throws it late, finds Devion Bickham at the 40-yard line, and he's planted there, but a first down for the Buffaloes. That's a great play by Casey Washington Mazey. Again, a lot of high school quarterbacks would just take that and try to run it. The wherewithal to be able to know that there's a guy still downfield probably open, and his name was Devion Bickham. That's 20th catch of the year, and that gives McAlester a first down after the 41-yard line.
Actually, shout out Devion Bickham there. That was actually like a little set route behind the line of scrimmage, and when he noticed a scramble drill in the backfield, he slipped out and went downfield. Cornerback lost him, so good awareness right there by Devion.
Gain of 12. Here's the snap. Back to pass, Washington Mazey again. Mazey hit as he throws it to nobody but a Zebra. We have another interception. This one's Hancock, his 5th one of the season. Out to the 35-yard line, to the 40, to the 45-yard line. Tackled by an offensive lineman there. And the Buffaloes in back-to-back drives throw 2 interceptions. That is something that the Zebras have done really, really well this year, and it's take the ball away. They had 23 coming into this game. We thought McAlester was really good at turning the ball over in terms of getting the ball from opposing teams. They had 20 coming into this game. Claremore had 23. That's now 24 and 25 in back-to-back drives. And now the Zebras, with 44 seconds left in the first half, have 3 timeouts and 55 yards to go to try to really go open the Buffaloes, trying to make it a 3-score game as they currently lead 14-0. Trips right. Now it's an empty backfield. 3 to the right, 2 to the left, ball favoring the near hash, moving right to left across your radio dial or your TV screen. Hoisington awaiting the ball. It's a little bit low, but he'll get it and pass it out to the far side. Caught by Hancock, who just had the interception. He's weaving, bobbing out to the 42-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds in McAlester territory. First down quickly here for the Zebras. They have really found their footing, and I'm telling you, the momentum that they're riding is contagious here, and it's rubbing off onto the players on both sides of the football. Officially at the McAlester 41-yard line, and the clock stops. Same formation, empty backfield. Now the Trips will move to the left side. Hoisington will get the snap, first down, passing middle, caught by Hancock. Hancock wants the ball. Buffaloes pick it up. It's Bickham. Bickham moving his way to the 44-yard line. The Zebras And the coaches on the far side are trying to say that he never completed the catch, tucked it in, but the officials are already saying, nope, that's a catch and a fumble. So the Buffaloes will get the ball back with 28 seconds left in the first half, with a chance to maybe get some kind of points on the board. Again, they still have 2 timeouts left, and they have big play capability. That's what's really saved McAllister's bacon time and time again this year is the big play. Can they get a big play here before the end of the half? They'll take over at their own 44-yard line with, again, 28.7 seconds left and 2 timeouts.
3 straight drives, 3 straight turnovers.
It'll be Case and Washington Maisie with Jordan Clark. He'll set up on the right side. They're going to go trips right to the short side of the field. Lone receiver on the far side is Cleveland Williamson. The snap. Back to pass. Washington Maisie pumps. Now steps up in the pocket. Will try to run with one-on-one. And he's tackled from behind. Buffaloes, do they decide to call a timeout? They do. Few seconds still go off the clock. And with 19 seconds left in the first half, after a gain of 4 by Washington Maisie, we'll have second down coming up for the Buffaloes on their side of the 50. Down by 14 here on KNED.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
McAlester Buffaloes, after a good drive by the Claremore Zebras and then picking the ball off by the Buffaloes and taking it for a house call, are down 14-0. They got 21 seconds left. 2 seconds have been added to the clock. And they have 1 timeout left. Again, big play capability has reigned supreme for the Buffalo offense this year. And when you're needing a big play, I've seen 2 people do it over and over and over again this year, and they all wear number 2. You have 2 2s on the right side in the slot, and you have a single 2 on the left side of Case and Washington Maisie. Second down and 7 from their own 47-yard line. Washington Maisie gets the ball. Back to pass. Under pressure from the right side. He'll roll left, looking downfield, tosses across his body, tries to find James Barr Jr., and it's knocked loose. Incomplete. It was a good look. Barr Jr. got his hands in on it, but just could not haul it in. And he was hit at the same time, too, and the hit caused the incompletion. Now 3rd down and 7 for the Buffaloes with 13 seconds left. So now this is going to be kind of interesting. Earlier on the last play, Smith was in the slot. Now he moves to the outside. It'll actually be trips right. Single receiver far side is Cleveland Williamson. Clark to the left side of KWM. There's a snap on 3rd and 7. Looking for the screen pass, finds Jordan Clark. Clark past one man. Clark to the 45. First down, clock will stop with 8 seconds left. And do the Buffaloes want to call a timeout, or are they just going to run up to the line and clock it?
They call a timeout.
So timeout is called with 8 seconds left in the half. We'll take a 30-second break and be back. We'll have first down and 10 and probably the last play of the first half coming up from the Claremore 44-yard line in just a moment on KNED.
I love fall. Cool breeze, cozy sweaters, and Fit Nissan of McAllister's falling prices. Exactly, just like the leaves change colors, our prices keep dropping. Have you seen the new Rogue? It's as bold as autumn red. Or the sleek black Altima, smooth as crisp November nights. With these prices, you'll be falling in love with your new ride before the last leaf hits the ground. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fit Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fitnissan.com. So we have enough time for one more play here from the Claremore 44-yard line. McAllister's down 14-0 with 7 seconds left in the second quarter. Case and Washington Maisie in the gun. Here's a snap. Back to pass. Rushing right. Washington Maisie passes down the far sideline. That is jumbled around and incomplete, I believe, with 3.4 seconds left. The Buffaloes are trying to do there is going along the far sideline to get some more yards, preferably about 15 there, to make a
heave to the end zone a little bit easier from the 30-yard line. That one is incomplete, so we'll see what we got from about the 44. Washington Maisie has let it fly a lot this year. We're going to see just how far he can let this one fly unless we have some trickery up our sleeves. About 4.5 seconds went off the clock on that last play, so this should be the final play of the half. Washington Maisie has the ball, back to pass again, steps up, throws it down the middle of the field looking for Devion Bickham, and it is almost intercepted again as it was overthrown. Hancock had his hands in on it, but could not haul it in, wouldn't have mattered anyway. And that'll be the end of the first half. The Buffaloes are down 14-0 to the Claremore Zebras here in the first round of the OSSAA 5A football playoffs. The Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry will begin shortly. You're listening to your home for McAlester Sports, KNED.
Kawasaki's Ridge and Ridge XR family set the new off-road standard, built for work and play. Ridge side-by-sides deliver versatile performance with a powerful 4-cylinder engine and premium interior features. For even more trail-taming power, the Ridge XR family offers more horsepower and versatility for rugged work or advanced play. This is peak premium performance. Shop the full Kawasaki Ridge lineup today at Vickers Power Sports, 1904 South Main, McAlester.
As we cheer on the Buffaloes for a great season, make sure your home is just as game ready with Freeze and Flare Heat and Air. Whether it's keeping warm during those chilly game nights or staying cool when the heat is on, we've got you covered with top-notch heating and cooling. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air today and enjoy home comfort that's always in the winning zone. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485. Go Buffs!
Well, the holiday season is upon us, which means family and friends will be over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and at Vickers Furniture, our showroom is full of name brand furniture at great savings and easy financing. Plus, there's free turkeys. Not only that, but you can get your $10,000 tickets here too. And did I mention a free turkey? Drop by Vickers Furniture for details. Vickers, 2nd and Choctaw, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
Some zero-turn riding lawnmowers concentrate on performance. Others stay focused on comfort. But whoever said it's an either-or situation? With Gravely, you get plenty of both. And the ProTurn 300 is a perfect example. This newly designed mower is loaded with innovative features and is designed to keep the operator mowing comfortably from dawn to dusk. The Gravely ProTurn 300, the right balance of comfort and performance. Available at KC Farm Machinery, right across from the McAlester Union Stockyards.
A duo that's perfect together. That's Blackburn Plumbing and Air and Lennox. Blackburn Plumbing and Air is your local Lennox dealer, and we're committed to making your family's home comfort our top priority. With the wide assortment of Lennox products to offer, Blackburn Plumbing and Air will ensure your home's air is perfect for your family. Call us today at 918-423-2078 or visit us online at goblackburn.com to learn more about how you can experience expert service and care offered by Blackburn Plumbing and Air. License number 138890.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers offers high-quality, affordable care with locations in McAlester and Hartshorn. Caring Hands provides easy access to health care at reduced costs, medical, dental, behavioral health, and substance abuse services. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurance, and offer reduced pricing for patients that are underinsured or not insured based on income. We offer transportation and a 340B discount pharmacy program. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers. For more information, call 918-426-2442.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts on new Jeeps in stock, including Jeep Wranglers. Take up to $12,000 off new Wranglers or 0% for 72 months. The hot-selling Compass discounted $8,000 off or priced at $19,900. Wow! Patriot makes your next Jeep affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky credit card bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Wrangler MSRP 68190. Compass 28090.
In the field, your 2024-2025 McAlester.
Well, it was a
qualified for top 15 in the state.
As I'm getting information here, I want to give a shout out real quick before we talk about the first half. Again, we had Palm earlier today place third in the state competition, and I believe that McAlester Cheer qualified for top 15 in the state as well. That was information that we just got from Derek Hatchett, our PA man over here at Hook Stadium First National Field. So they're performing on your screen right now, or if you're, of course, listening here from the stands. Again, congratulations to Palm and Cheer, both at state today. So it looked like it was going to be a gritty, hard-nosed defensive game for the first 16, 18 minutes of this game. And then in the final 5 minutes of the first half, Claremore just methodically went down the field and scored. And then the very next drive, after McAlester was set up with good field position and a chance to be able to tie the game, threw a pick six. And now we're looking at 14-0. And honestly, if it wasn't for a fumble, it could have been 21-0 before the end of the first half. So McAlester, they need a lot of stuff that they need to work on as we're about to have the start of second half action begin in about 15 to 20 minutes. But this is the Buffalo Halftime Show presented by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry as McAlester is down 14-0 at the break. Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, free jewelry cleaning and inspections are recommended every 4 to 6 months to keep your jewelry looking at its best. Proper cleaning and inspection will extend the longevity of your most cherished pieces of jewelry. So, Phillip, I want your opinion on the first half.
I mean, not a lot to talk about offensively, but you got to take care of the football more. Right now, the turnover battle is tied exactly 2-2. You get a fumble on the 15-yard line, you got to punch that football in.
Yeah, they come away with some points.
Like, I'm sorry, like you got to score. Take the blocked field goal, and then they go down the field and they score a touchdown. And once they blocked that field goal, you heard the eruption, you heard the train whistle, like you heard it all. Like Claremore was about to go do something, and excuse me, kind of has this feel of the way it did when Tennessee came to Norman. Like, both teams took each other's best punches, but then one team found their way, like, themselves in a hole because they turned the ball over, set the other team up for some easy scores. Now, you got to figure out a way to get out of it. Your defense for the most part was successful, was really phenomenal.
With the exception of one drive.
Yeah, one drive, and that's it. And your defense actually stood up and got a turnover after you threw the second interception and got you the football back, and we ended up going to the end of the half at that point in time. But defense is doing great. Offense got to kind of get back to that identity, running the football. They had 50 yards rushing in 2 plays on their first drive of the night. And then since then, running the football's kind of been a struggle after that. So, I mean, if they can find that identity again, put the hat on a hat, get physical, and try to move that line of scrimmage around, you can find success then, and that's going to open up on the back end all of those play action passes. And you got to just keep your eyes true. Your eyes are going to lie to you. And Claremore, they're doing a lot of eye candy. They're motioning guys over, play action off the motion, running a drag on the backside at you sometimes. And they're playing the Mike Tyson song. And they're showing the motion, rolling backside, hitting a drag, or they're sticking the ball out like they're going to run a play action, and he sneaks off the hip of the running back to the backside and hits an out route. And it's things like that you got to know where you got to be. And we had some dudes dropping into the curl routes, finding open spaces in the flats, and you got to be better on that, covering those flats, covering those curl routes. And we said all these things previous in the year when we were getting hit with deep drags, curls, and those dudes finding the flats. And guess what happened? Second half, they came out, they were lights out on it. So they're going to get that figured out, and then back to getting hat on a hat and being physical at the line of scrimmage on offense and get back to running the football.
McAllister's been a really good third quarter team. They're outscoring opponents 65-10 in the third quarter so far this year, so they're usually really good out of the locker room. In fact, the first touchdown of the season that was scored on McAllister in the third quarter wasn't until last week, week 10. So McAllister's been very good in the third quarter all year long. So if McAllister's going to, and I know it's only a 2-score game, but it feels like McAllister is really far behind. But if you see them score one touchdown, or you see if they're going to get back in this game, it's not going to be a lot of points in the fourth quarter. They've got to do something in the third. So far in this game, Claremore turned the ball over on downs after 12 plays down the field. McAllister went down the field themselves, but again turned the ball over on downs. Claremore, after a 33-yard gain, then went 3 and out after that, a punt. McAllister moved the ball down the field, but again had to punt the ball away. Since then, McAllister has not moved the ball well at all. Again, their first 2 drives, they were really pushing the ball down the field, moving it. Claremore then fumbled. Then McAllister got the ball at the Claremore 14-yard line, but because of a sack, we're still in field goal range, but it led to the angle of the field goal having to be a little bit more straight because you had to get more power on the kick. Couldn't do it. Blocked field goal. So Claremore uses that blocked field goal to go right down the field on you in 9 plays, 68 yards, 10-yard touchdown run by Cecil Garrett the 4th. And then 3 plays later, after McAllister, good return out to the Claremore 45-yard line, they throw a pick 6. And then McAllister, very next play or next drive, they throw another interception. McAllister got lucky. We're able to force a fumble in the next drive and then keep the deficit at only 14-0 as Claremore looked like they were about to go down the field and score again. But in that turnover that McAllister forced keeps us, again, at a 2-score game. So, Chase, you've been watching all this from the near sideline so far. McAllister, again, looked like they were right in it with Claremore, and it looks like it was a very even game. And then all of a sudden, once momentum swung over to the Zebras, it looks like it's been McAllister just trying to play catch-up from there. And I feel like we didn't have a lot of game in, 17, 18 minutes, and then we have a ton of game in the last 5. So what have you seen from the sidelines here?
Yeah, Brandon, I mean, if you just look at the box score without the points, you wouldn't expect this to be a 2-touchdown differential with McAllister. I believe they're only 24, 25 yards behind what Claremore has done so far in this first half. But it's kind of what Phillip talked about in the pregame. It's turnovers, and turnovers really have written the story. I mean, 7 of the 14 points on the board for Claremore was off of a turnover. And thankfully, they were able to get a turnover right back after that pick from Kason Washington Maisie, because if you don't get that, you could possibly be down 21-0. So it's just, you're exactly right. That first quarter flew by, and then that second quarter, that's where all that damage essentially was done. And defensively, it's funny, from that first half, not really a ton of, huge plays for Claremore. It's been a bunch of nickel and diamond working their way down the field. And for McAllister, and as you mentioned, I believe earlier in the first half, just kind of scrambling defensively. And then offensively, it's kind of been the same thing the last couple of weeks. Not really a passing game. They had that huge touchdown to Brandon Smith that was unfortunately called back. But you can feel on the sideline, nobody thinks this game is over. A 2-touchdown differential for this Buffaloes team, who you mentioned is a really, really good third quarter team. I expect them to come out and continue to make adjustments just as they have all season long. And, if they don't, this is the last one. So, and they know that. Obviously, they talked about that last night at the team dinner. So I think we'll see a better, more concise team here in the second half. And if they can stay out of the turnover margin, I think they'll be all right. But they still got some work to do.
Excellent halftime report from Chase McNutt. Again, I think the difference maker so far for either team, it's been Jordan Clark with the majority of the offense for the McAlester Buffalo offense. And as for the Claremore Zebras, it's got to be Hancock. I mean, he's had some big plays on the offense. He didn't have the touchdown run, but he had the pick 6 that made this a 2-score game. So, again, Andrew Hancock on the Zebra defense is the reason why McAllister is looking at needing a couple of scores instead of just one to get back into this game. So we're going to be looking at some other scores from around our area teams and also the potential matchup that one of these two teams, if McAllister or Claremore wins, will be playing next week. So we'll have those scores coming up in just a moment with your scoreboard update. Again, right now at halftime, McAlester trails Claremore 14-0 at the break. This is the Buffalo Halftime Show presented by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry.
Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry's Black Friday sale is happening early this year. Join us the weekend before Black Friday for incredible savings. Bridal jewelry 30% off. All other jewelry 40% off. This special event runs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, November 22nd to the 24th from 10:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Don't miss out on these big savings to find the perfect Christmas gifts. Follow us on Facebook and call us at 918-420-9313. Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, 1117 East Wade Watts Avenue, McAlester. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m.
Welcome back to the Buffalo Halftime Show presented by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. Stop by Wiley's in McAlester for all of your jewelry needs. McAlester trails 14-0 at the break. Let's look at how our games are going with our potential matchup and our area teams in the playoffs with our scoreboard update brought to you by Barlow Built Performance and Automotive. They're your full-service automotive repair shop, brake work, and heat and air repair. Plus, we do MIG and TIG welding. We're McAllister's only full-time exhaust shop. From race cars to your grandma's cars, we do it all. We sell tires and wheels. Barlow Built Performance and Automotive, 1 West Monroe Avenue in McAlester, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 918-318-0323. Only 5 games we're looking at. What do we got going on so far?
You want to start local or
We'll start off with the potential matchup here.
Right now, the Carl Albert Titans are up on the Midwest City Bombers, 21-0.
So kind of what we expected there.
Yeah. Now we're going to move a little closer to home, where Antlers is on the road at Adair. They are currently trailing 22-6. Holdenville currently leading the Luther Lions 30-8. The Pawhuska Huskies, say that 10 times fast, currently lead the Hartshorn Miners 30-0. And it was almost halftime, and the Yale Bulldogs 34, Savannah Bulldogs 0.
And those are your scores from around the area, and also our potential matchup that we'd have. Whoever wins this game, Claremore or McAlester, will take on what looks to be Carl Albert, as they have an early 21-0 lead over the Midwest City Bombers. Again, we'll be back with some stats and also keys to the second half in just a moment. McAlester trails 14-0 at the break to the Claremore Zebras. McAlester will get the ball to begin the second half. This is the Buffalo Halftime Show presented by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry.
Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry's Black Friday sale is happening early this year. Join us the weekend before Black Friday for incredible savings. Bridal jewelry 30% off. All other jewelry 40% off. This special event runs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, November 22nd to the 24th from 10:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Don't miss out on these big savings to find the perfect Christmas gifts. Follow us on Facebook and call us at 918-420-9313. Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, 1117 East Wade Watts Avenue, McAlester. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m.
Welcome back to the Buffalo Halftime Show presented by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. Stop by Wiley's in McAlester for all of your jewelry needs. McAlester trailing 14-0 at the break to the Claremore Zebras. Claremore has just made their way out of the opposing locker room. It's right next to the home locker room in the same building there. So let's look at our stats from the first half. Do we want to start off with McAlester or Claremore here?
Start off with the visitor.
All right, so the Claremore Zebras starting off with their quarterback, number 2, Brad Hoisington. He has had 6 carries for 26 yards. Number 1, Cecil Garrett IV, has had 4 carries for 18 yards and a touchdown. Number 34, which is Tyson Grimmett, he has had 4 carries for 6 yards. And number 40, which is Ty McKnight, he has had 2 carries for 19 yards. As for Hoisington, he has looked really good through the air. He's only had 2 incomplete passes. He is 10 for 12 for 93 yards, looking really good so far for the Zebras. The guys that have received the ball from him has been number 19, Hudson Lee. He has had 2 catches for 12 yards. Grimmett has had 2 catches for 10 yards. Cecil Garrett IV has had 1 reception for 4 yards. We also had Trip Jackson, 2 receptions for 39 yards. And number 8, Hayden Lee, 3 receptions for 38 yards. The penalties for the Zebras, only 3 on them so far for a total of 20 yards. They had 69 rushing yards on 16 attempts, 93 passing yards on 12 attempts, 162 yards on 28 plays, 4.3 yards a rush, 7.8 yards a pass, 5.8 yards a play. Now for the McAlester Buffaloes, Jordan Clark has already had 14 carries in the first half. His career high in carries is 24. He had that against Shawnee last week. He has had 14 carries for 80 yards. We have had Braden Bumpus with 4 carries for 16 yards, and Cason Washington Mazey 4 carries for -9 yards, but he's been sacked a couple of times as well. We've had Cason Washington Mazey go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He is 3 for 10 so far with an interception, 3 for 10 for 52 yards. We've had 1 pass by Braden Bumpus, and that was that pick 6 that we had to make the score 14-0. Brandon Smith's had 1 catch for 29 yards. We've had Devion Bickham with a 14-yard reception and Jordan Clark with a 9-yard reception. McAlester has had 3 penalties as well. One of them brought back a touchdown. That was a block in the back, and it's been 25 yards in penalties for the Buffaloes. 87 rushing yards on 26 attempts, 52 passing yards on 10 attempts, 139 total yards on 36 plays, 3.4 yards a rush, 5.2 yards a play, 5.2 yards a pass, 3.9 yards per play. So far, McAlester has ran 8 more plays than the Claremore Zebras. So as we look at the second half, what are some keys to the second half? We'll start off with Phillip.
The same as first half. Got to take care of the football. take care of the football, sustain drives, and like I said earlier, get back to physical football the way that your ID, your Buffalo DNA, essentially hat on a hat, physicality on the line of scrimmage, run the football. This team is at its absolute best when guys like Jordan Clark and Braden Bumpus are running the football very effectively. And when those two young men are getting stopped at the line of scrimmage or short gains, and you end up looking at a 2nd and long and then a 3rd and long, and you're in obvious passing situations, it's a little different, a little more difficult for this team to get going. So you just got to get physical again. I mean, you just got to get your ID, your Buffalo DNA back, run the football, very effective, and get your linemen moving downfield. That way, when it comes to throwing the football, those safeties are going to walk up when you put it in the running back's gut, and you're going to have something over the top. You're going to have Cleveland Williamson. He's caught a lot of deep passes. And Brandon Smith, he's caught deep passes for touchdowns this year. But it's all going to start in the trenches running the football.
Chase, your keys to the second half.
Well, defensively, just got to get off the field on money downs at times. And now, the defense played well in the first half. I don't want to play like they didn't. The defense played well. But maybe just getting off the field in some of those earlier points in the drive for the Claremore offense, and then offensively finding some semblance of rhythm, whether it be through the run game or through the passing game. I think they need to get the ball to Brandon Smith. You saw he had the one really, really big play for the touchdown that was called back, and I think that they're going to have to involve him a little bit more if they want to come out with a win tonight.
Again, McAlester does get the ball to begin the second half, and you're going to feel like this opening drive to begin the second half is going to be super important for McAlester, obviously, down 14-0 right now at the break. Again, this has been the Buffalo Halftime Show presented by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. Free jewelry cleaning and inspections are recommended every 4 to 6 months to keep your jewelry looking at its best. Proper cleaning and inspection will extend the longevity of your most cherished pieces of jewelry. Again, McAlester down 14-0 at the break. That is the conclusion of our halftime show brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. We'll go back to regular ads here, and coming up in about 2 minutes, we'll have the second half, and we'll see if McAlester can overcome this 14-0 deficit that they're in to try to advance to the quarterfinals. You're listening to McAlester Football here on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
I love fall. Cool breeze, cozy sweaters, and Fit Nissan of McAllister's falling prices. Exactly, just like the leaves change colors, our prices keep dropping. Have you seen the new Rogue? It's as bold as autumn red. Or the sleek black Altima, smooth as crisp November nights. With these prices, you'll be falling in love with your new ride before the last leaf hits the ground. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fit Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fitnissan.com.
Welcome back to the Hook. McAlester will be returning this kick left to right. There's the boot, and we're back underway as this pooch kick will go towards Will Spears. He'll take it at the 32-yard line and try to push himself forward to the 35, which he goes past the 35 to around the 37, and that's where McAlester will begin this drive. That kickoff to begin the second half was brought to you by Red Duck Tattoo Studio. For all of your custom artwork, big or small, color or black and gray, now booking for fall. Gift certificates available, Red Duck Tattoo Studio, 219 East Chickasaw Avenue, McAlester. Must be 18 years or older. This is Brandon Green, your voice the Buffaloes alongside Phillip Jewell Jr. and Chase McNutt along the sideline to begin the second half of the first round of the 5A football playoffs. McAlester currently trails the Claremore Zebras 14-0. They have the ball at their own 37-yard line, far hash, again moving left to right across your radio dial or your video screen. Out onto the field, Case and Washington Maisie. Devion Bickham coming in a little bit late here. He'll set up on the left side. McAlester loading up the line. Tight end right, H-back right. Big time opening drive to begin the second half. Here's the handoff over to Jordan Clark. Clark cutting back left, cutting back right. Will move his way to the 40-yard line and a good gain on first down. Good healthy gain of about 5 yards, right between the 41 and 42. It'll be a long 2nd and 5 coming up.
I mean, that's just kind of what we talked about. I mean, they picked up 4. You could say 4, you could say 5. And I think they're going to mark it right at 5 yards.
Yep, right to the 42.
And so that's what you want. It's going to make second down a lot more manageable instead of those 1-yard gains, loss of ones that the Buffaloes have been having after that first couple drives.
Back to their bread and butter, which has been Jordan Clark really in the first half. Here's the snap, handoff to Clark again, sweeping right to the short side. And that's a great tackle in space for a loss of a yard. Coming in from the linebacker spot was number 34, Tyson Grimmett. And he was able to get in and make a tackle on Clark to bring up now, actually a loss of 2, they're calling it. 3rd down and 7 coming up.
Yeah, he played that just right over the top and looked like they were either trying to double team or wash up to the backer, and he just played right over the top, snuffed it out, and great read right there by the Zebra.
So 3rd down, passing situation. Pistol formation, H-back tight end right, receiver to each side. Now they'll move him. They got to hurry up, though. 5 to snap it. I believe that's Bumpus now the right side of KWM. 2 to snap it. There it is. Handoff. Braden Bumpus running left and taken up well by another Zebra right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the carry, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Buffaloes will have to punt it away, so they go 3 and out on this opening drive. And that's exactly how you wanted the second half to start if you're a Zebra fan, not so much if you're a black and gold faithful. This will be McAllister's second punt of the game. Back deep to return will be number 8, which is Hayden Lee. McAlester has faked a bunch of punts so far this season. I don't think they've actually converted on one yet, though. This time they'll punt it away late, and McKinney does get it away. It bounces, and it takes McAlester bounce inside the 30-yard line, but then rolls sideways around the 27. So that is where the Zebras are going to begin this drive, already up 14-0 on the Buffaloes. 9:45, again, 2 minutes and 15 seconds went off the clock on that drive, that 3 and out by the Buffs. Now, Claremore, what's one thing that's been really interesting to me, Phillip, and you can piggyback off this if you want to, they've been throwing multiple looks at McAlester, and sometimes they'll change up and look like a completely different offense from one play to the next. How can McAlester work against this multiple look offense?
You got to know with whatever offense you're getting thrown, whatever look, you just got to have certain keys, and that's who you're keying on. That's where you're looking, and just don't let your eyes wander and try to do someone else's job.
Cecil Garrett, the 4th, with a good gain on first down of about 7 yards, works it out to the Claremore 34-yard line. It brings up 2nd down and 3 coming up, but again, since about the 5-minute mark, maybe you could say the 6.5-minute mark in the second quarter, the McAlester defense hasn't looked like they did in the first quarter, and they still played well. They forced a turnover to keep it from being a 3-score game. And again, one of the touchdowns that was scored, not on the defense, but still, Claremore's been moving the ball with relative ease since about the 6-minute mark in the second quarter. 2 receivers to each side, 2nd down and 3 on the way, 9:06 and ticking left to go in the third quarter. Buffaloes are down 14-0. Here's a pass out to the far side, caught at the 35-yard line. 1st down and more down the far sideline to the 50-yard line. It's a foot race, and he'll be tracked from behind right around the McAlester 35, 34-yard line. Guess who again? I believe that was Hancock on the catch. Hancock only had 6 receptions for 98 yards. I couldn't really tell if that was him down the far sideline. It was either him or Hayden Lee. I think it was actually Hayden Lee. Larry, was that number 8? Oh, number 19. That could have been number 19, Hudson Lee. Getting all the way on the other side of the field. Kind of tough to see at times. It was number 19, thank you. Number 19, Hudson Lee on the catch and go. After the 34-yard line of McAlester, here's the snap. Back to pass, Hoisington. Looking, passes right. Again, a diving attempt for the ball, but he was out of bounds first. The catch was made, but out of bounds. Brings up 2nd down and 10 as the clock stops with 8:24 left in the third quarter. That time he was looking for number 4, which is Walker Dunaway. Again, they will substitute often, too, because they have a lot of players that came out for Claremore this year, 96 players on their varsity roster. Loading up the line, receiver to each side, ball on the right hash, 2nd down and 10, handoff, sweeping left, jumping over a man and staying on his feet for a moment was the running back Cecil Garrett, the 4th. He signaled first down, but I think he's about 4 yards shy. And that'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 here. But he was excited. I don't blame him. If I jumped a man and almost stood on my feet to keep on going, I would have done the same thing.
Oh,
so it's 3rd down and 5, actually, here. Out to the 29-yard line of McAlester.
This is a big play defensively for McAlester. I know there's still a lot of game left to be played, but the way that Claremore likes to run the football and eat the time off the clock, you kind of feel like this one is must-have right here.
In their own form of a dozer formation, getting in the play late. Pistol set here, and they're loading up the line, too. 2 to snap it, 1, get it off in time. Handoff, Ty McKnight up the middle. McKnight to the 25-yard line, then pushed back. I don't think he got it. Gain of 4, but not enough for the first down, but you can almost bet that Claremore is going to be going for it here on 4th down and 1 from the 25. And Ty McKnight likes to come in on a lot of short yardage situations. I don't think he's going to be going anywhere here. Going to go with the same formation, 4th down and 1 from the 25. Can the Buffaloes bow up? Hoisington going with the hard count.
Oh.
And they get an offensive lineman to jump. An offensive lineman move forward, and that'll be a false start. And they'll push him back 5 yards, and we'll see what the Zebras decide to do. Again, if they punt it from here, it's just a 31-yard line. I think this could very well be 4-down territory. I don't know the range on their field goal kicker, which they've only made one, I believe, this year, and it was a 32-yarder.
They are going to go for it.
Yeah, Hoisington, this is what I would do. 4th down and 6 coming up. They bring out the spread offense, empty backfield, 5 wide, 3 receivers will be right, 2 will be left. 4th down and 6. Big chance for the Buck Death defense to get off the field. Hoisington has the ball, looks right, passes right. It is caught, 1st down. Another curl route. That one caught by number 19. That's Hudson Lee on another reception to the right side. And now move the chains.
Just a lot of cushion up there on that top side. And it's 4th down. You got to kind of know where the sticks are, and they just kind of let him sit. Sits down, and he takes 2 more steps backwards, and that's what made it conversion.
22-yard line as Hoisington gets the ball, runs it left. Devion Bickham is there to swallow up the quarterback who was running for 2 yards here. Brings up 2nd down and 8.
2nd down.
As, again, Jackson Smith is tuning in saying, let's go Buffs, stay cool-headed, 1 possession at a time. That's all you can do right now.
Exactly.
If you can make this still a 2-possession game, give yourself a chance. Going into the 4th quarter, right now McAlester down 14-0. As the Zebras have entered the red zone. Pistol formation. Looks like H-back and tight end left. The snap. Rolling out right on play action. Looking downfield. Tosses down the seam. It's in the air, and it's tipped and intercepted. Pfeiffer Mitchell with the interception after the batted ball. And the Buffaloes will take over at the 7-yard line. Pfeiffer Mitchell with his first interception of the season. We have seen 5 turnovers in this game alone.
Mitchell with the ball.
You know, just last week, Will Spears came up with a game-saving fumble recovery. And right there, Pfeiffer just looked at his counterpart and said, "You're not the only one who can get turnovers, my friend."
We're going to see just how big that turnover is for McAlester. Can the offense repay the favor? Devion Bickham, Rodney Washington, believe that's Jordan Clark going to be in at quarterback here. Excuse me, running back. Brandon Smith also lined up as a receiver. 4 wide. 1 man in motion is Smith, I believe. Here's a snap handoff. Up the middle, Jordan Clark past the 10-yard line, getting some cushion. Out to the 11 is where they're going to mark him down at. Gain of 4 brings up 2nd down and 6.
Clark on the carry, 2nd down.
Bring that man in motion and act like you're going to throw it to him on that backside. And that's kind of what Claremore's done a little bit recently as well. And they're just going to pull a backside guard into the play side and kind of make it happen, pick up a good 5 yards.
So 2nd down and 5 on the scoreboard. 5:13 left in quarter number 3. Same formation, staying on the far hash. Snap, the give to Brandon Smith, rushing right to the 15-yard line, gets out to the 17, and he's going to be, I believe, a yard shy. He might have gotten the first down. It's real close. And it's enough. It's enough for the first down. That first down brought to you by McAlester Direct Primary Care, offering 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same-day or next-day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. Call 918-233-6522. McAlester moves the chains for the first time in the third quarter. 4:45 left in quarter number 3. Down 14-0 to the Zebras here in this winner-go-home first-round playoff game. 2 receivers to each side, ball at their own 18. Man in motion, Smith again. They'll pitch this one to Smith. Smith trying to find an opening, and he does so, but not much. Maybe a gain of 1. Second down and 9 upcoming.
They line up, run that same formation, and the last 2 times they handed it on a spin around last one, and this time it was just a pitch in front of him. But essentially running that same formation, except they didn't pull the guard on that one.
Now, Chase Jackson checked in with us a little bit ago, says, come on, Buffs, cool-headed. 1 possession at a time, and we'll go down to you after this play, but it seems like that's also the mentality of the Buffaloes on the sideline here, just trying to stay cool-headed here, knowing they have plenty of time to be able to get 2 scores here. We'll check in with you after this next play on second down and 9, as Washington Namazi rolls out left, looks downfield, steps up, throws it late, finds a man, first down for the Buffaloes, and still on his feet to the 33-yard line before he's pushed back. That'll move the chains for McAlester. And the Buffaloes will continue to move the ball. But, Chase, that seems to be the mentality also of the Buffalo sideline right now, right?
Yeah, Brandon, I think that's the mentality you have to have as well. I mean, like you mentioned, it's only a 2-score game. I mean, a score here on this drive changes the outlook here. And you saw, or at least I saw over here from the sideline after that interception by Pfeiffer, some excitement, but just a lot of them understanding that they have to go score after the defense sets you up.
Again, Claremore is doing a really good job of letting McAlester get a little bit of cushion here and getting some plays, but McAllister's bread and butter have been the big play, and they have not had that yet today. Maybe going to get it here. Case Washington Namazi trying to pass it. No, almost intercepted. It was almost a big play for the other team, as it was almost picked off by, I believe, a D lineman. They were looking for Brandon Smith on first down and 10 on a screen pass. They'll bring up second down and 10. I think Smith had to wrestle that ball away from a D lineman. From the 33-yard line, McAlester still on their side of the 50. This drive began at their own 8. The clock has stopped at 3:11 left to go. Zebras have scored 1 offensive touchdown, the other one on a long pick 6. Defensive backs pressing here on second down, rolling out right after the snap is Case Washington Namazi looking downfield, and he underthrew his man. We also have a flag coming in late, right around where Washington Namazi threw the ball at, along the near hash. He was looking for Cleveland Williamson was the intended target. I think this one's going to be on the Buffaloes.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold.
That's one thing that we saw from the Zebras in the first half. It's just they got a lot of pressure on Case and Washington Namazi, especially in the later part of the second quarter. It is a hold on the Buffaloes. And second down and 20 coming up. And right now when you're struggling to move the ball in the Zebras here in the middle quarters, that could be a drive killer. So that pushes them back, nose of the football at their own 23-yard line. Going to roll with trips right again. I believe that's Braden Bumpus on the right side of Washington Namazi. Snap, rolling out right. Washington Namazi again looking downfield. Finds a man. That's Smith. Smith shifts past one man, gets back to the line of scrimmage where it was at before they had the holding call. So it's a gain of 10 yards, and it brings up third down and 10.
Brandon Smith, third down.
Chase, you were mentioning it at halftime. Buffalo's got to get the ball to Brandon Smith a little bit more. He's been a big-time playmaker for the Buffaloes, so that seems to be the MO so far.
Yeah, third time this drive that they put the ball in his hands. We saw the 2 jet sweeps earlier, and now the pass. I think they need to do it more out in space because that's when we've seen him work his magic the most this season. Is when he's catching passes and putting moves on defenders out in the secondary.
See what they draw up on third down and 10. They break the huddle with 10 to snap it. Under 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Buffalo's down by 2 scores. Trips left. They got to have some urgency. Get to the line and get set. 2 to snap it. 1. And they barely get it off in time. Washington Maisie looking for the screen pass. Finds Jordan Clark. Clark shakes off one Zebra to the 40-yard line, to the 45. I think he's got the first down. Yes, he does. Out to the 44. The Buffaloes overcome 2nd down and 20 to get the first down out to their own 44-yard line. This is going to be play number 8 of the drive. We're still rolling, and we haven't even gotten to the 50-yard line yet.
Great hand placement there by the Zebras, because when Jordan Clark comes flying by you and you're just trying to grab something to slow him down, that hand was right under the face mask on the jersey, just a little bit further up. That could have been a 15-yard penalty.
1:45 left in the third quarter. James Barr Jr. is wanting another receiver. And now he gets set on the left side with 2 seconds to snap it. Here is the snap, and we do have some no early movement. It looks like there's going to be a timeout called by the Buffaloes. There was some pre-snap confusion by the Buffaloes on the field, so we'll take the timeout with them. 1:33 left to go in quarter number 3. Buffaloes down 14-0 here on KNED.
As we cheer on the Buffaloes for a great season, make sure your home is just as game ready with Freeze and Flare Heat and Air. Whether it's keeping warm during those chilly game nights or staying cool when the heat is on, we've got you covered with top-notch heating and cooling. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air today and enjoy home comfort that's always in the winning zone. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485. Go Buffs!
I love fall. Cool breeze, cozy sweaters, and Fit Nissan of McAllister's falling prices. Exactly, just like the leaves change colors, our prices keep dropping. Have you seen the new Rogue? It's as bold as autumn red. Or the sleek black Altima, smooth as crisp November nights. With these prices, you'll be falling in love with your new ride before the last leaf hits the ground. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fit Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fitnissan.com.
Buffaloes. 1:33 left in the third quarter. McAlester has been able to overcome some obstacles here in this drive that started at their own 8, and they're trying to put together a really good drive here. Again, it started from their own 8. They got it down to the 44. They're able to overcome 2nd down and 20 to get a first down by a yard by Jordan Clark on a screen pass. They had some confusion on some pre-snap. It looked like they only had 10 players until the very last second, and then they just didn't know what to do. So now they had to burn a timeout. Hopefully that's not going to burn them a little bit later. They have 2 more left for the remainder of this game. 1:33 left in the third. Buffalo's down 14-0. Here's the snap on first down and 10. Washington Maisie under pressure. Throws to the near side, and it's incomplete. Grimmett was in the area, and right there for Washington Maisie, he's just trying to throw it out of bounds. And he did so. Brandon Smith was in the area. I think they're going to start double-teaming double 2. At least that's what it looked like on that last play. So 2nd down and 10 for the Buffaloes from their own 44.
They had a great pass rush right there, and they're in max protection, which includes Jordan Clark blocking as well. And Jordan Clark actually got put on his backside because of the rush from that defensive end. He was going to go make a play on Case and Washington Maisie, and he wasn't going to be deterred. And we called another one.
Buffaloes have to call another timeout.
Timeout, McAlester.
When you're down by 14, you have to burn 2 timeouts in the third quarter. That's not a good sign. And we'll take a timeout and be back in just a moment on KNED.
As we cheer on the Buffaloes for a great season, make sure your home is just as game ready with Freeze and Flare Heat and Air. Whether it's keeping warm during those chilly game nights or staying cool when the heat is on, we've got you covered with top-notch heating and cooling. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air today and enjoy home comfort that's always in the winning zone. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485. Go Buffs!
Kawasaki's Ridge and Ridge.
So in the third quarter, after we got a first down on 3rd and 10, McAlester had to burn a timeout. They ran one play that was an incomplete pass and had to burn another timeout. So down by 14, they only have 1 timeout for the remainder of the game. 2nd down and 10 from their own 44-yard line. We're back to the spread formation. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Jordan Clark on the right side of Case and Washington Maisie. KWM puts a man in motion. That's James Barr Jr. He gives it to James Barr Jr. Return and reverse over to Brandon Smith. Smith gets a block to the 45-yard line. Smith stumbles, and he'll be tackled down at the 49. It was well covered by the Zebras, and a good block by Case Washington Mazie on a double reverse.
Brandon Smith on the reverse. Third down.
And that brings up third down, and we'll call it 6 here. 1:04 and ticking left in the third quarter. Buffalo's down 14-0. That's actually 5 yards. Third down and 5. Washington Mazie gets the play call in from Coach Hass, runs it to the huddle. They break it with 12 to snap it. 2 receivers on the right, 2 to the left against Smith, close to the line on the right side. 3rd and 5, Smith moves in motion. The snap, the give, another reverse. Now a pass late and throws it late as James Barr Jr. was hit as he threw, was looking for Case Washington Mazie. And the Buffaloes, again, they have the ball at their own 49-yard line. Don't see McKinney coming out yet. Clock stops with 33 seconds left. Looks like we're still deciding on what we want to do here. Coach Hass is talking to KWM. Now looking back at the huddle. 15 to snap it, and now they decide late that they're going to put the ball away.
Well, now they got to make sure everybody gets lined up because now you...
It took about 15 seconds to decide what they wanted to do there. Now they got to try to get everyone off the field. 2 seconds, 1 second. There's the snap, and McKinney will just barely get it off. Kicks it straight to the return man at the 25-yard line on a line drive punt, and he runs out of bounds at the 30. But that last set of downs was just weird before the snap on nearly every play, and it forced McAlester to burn 2 timeouts in a drive that they didn't score. Zebras have all 3 left. McAllister's got 1. 28 seconds left in the third quarter. McAlester is trailing the Claremore Zebras 14-0. Zebras beginning this drive at their own 30-yard line. They were moving the ball down the field well once again in the previous drive, but an interception gave McAlester the chance to be able to get some cushion away from their own end zone and punt that ball away. Hoisington in the pistol, 2 receivers left, stacking the line, the snap, handoff, up the gut, bounced left to the 35 and tackled down there. On the carry was Cecil Garrett, the 4th. They don't have to snap it again if they don't want to. It's a gain of 5 yards, 2nd down and 5. And
let's go to the 4th.
Yep, we're going to head to the 4th. Put those 4s up in the air, Buff fans. 12 minutes to overcome a 14-point deficit and try to extend your season. Can the Buffaloes do it? We'll find out here in just a moment. You're listening to McAlester Football on KNED.
Kawasaki's Ridge and Ridge XR family set the new off-road standard, built for work and play. Ridge side-by-sides deliver versatile performance with a powerful 4-cylinder engine and premium interior features. For even more trail-taming power, the Ridge XR family offers more horsepower and versatility for rugged work or advanced play. This is peak premium performance. Shop the full Kawasaki Ridge lineup today at Vickers Power Sports, 1904 South Main, McAlester. Well, the holiday season is upon us, which means family and friends will be over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and at Vickers Furniture, our showroom is full of name brand furniture at great savings and easy financing. Plus, there's free turkeys. Not only that, but you can get your $10,000 tickets here too. And did I mention a free turkey? Drop by Vickers Furniture for details. Vickers, 2nd and Choctaw, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. The Buffaloes are down 14-0. 12 minutes straight out of the oven. 12 minutes left in the Buffalo season unless they can overcome this 2-score deficit. Here's a pass to the far side. Caught at the 32. Ball pops out, and it rolls out of bounds. That was almost another turnover there by the Zebras. McAllister's won the turnover battle 3-2. And that's just a lucky bounce there by the Zebras after the Buffaloes are able to punch it out. And we have 3rd down and right in between 4 and 5 coming up. Again, this is Brandon Green along with Phillip Jewell Jr. Chase McNutt sideline. 11:53 left in regulation. The Buffaloes down 14-0. Zebras have scored all 14 of their points in the second quarter in the last 5 minutes of play in that second quarter. Hoisington tries to get the Buffaloes to jump off sides. No dice. 2 receivers to each side. Looks like it's Grimmett on the left side. Now he comes to be an H-back on the right side of the line. Empty backfield. The snap. Hoisington going to run it himself up the middle. Hoisington waits. is met by a linebacker and pushed back. And he's turned away on third down on a gain of 1, brings up 4th down and 3, and the Zebras will have to punt this one away.
Quarterback keeper and stopped by the Buffaloes. 4th down.
That's how you wanted to start the fourth quarter. McAlester, though, again, had to burn 2 timeouts on their previous drive. They have only 1 timeout left.
Don't be afraid to send the house. Try to go block it.
I was about to say, I think you need a big play here. McAllister's got 2 returners right now. Cleveland Williamson's going to stand around the 40 on the other side of the 50. And Jackson McKinney is right between the 30 and the 35.
Claremore calls timeout.
And we will take that timeout with 11:03 left in the game. Zebras up 14-0 on the Buffaloes here on KNED.
Some zero-turn riding lawnmowers concentrate on performance. Others stay focused on comfort. But whoever said it's an either-or situation? With Gravely, you get plenty of both. And the ProTurn 300 is a perfect example. This newly designed mower is loaded with innovative features and is designed to keep the operator mowing comfortably from dawn to dusk. The Gravely ProTurn 300, the right balance of comfort and performance. Available at KC Farm Machinery, right across from the McAlester Union Stockyards.
All right, so the Zebras call a timeout. And they have 4th down and 3, but it looks like they're going to punt the ball away with their punter, number 19, Hudson Lee. Second time, I believe, that the Zebras have punted today. Here's the snap. There is the kick, and it's a straight-up shank high into the air. It takes the Claremore bounce, though, and then it dives around the McAlester 40-yard line on a slow roll. At first, it looked like it was going straight up in the air, but then it took a Claremore bounce to get them an extra about 10 yards.
First down, McAlester.
Buffaloes will have 60 yards to get into the end zone, and Phillip, I'm going to say it. If you can't get into the end zone on this drive, that might be ball game.
Yeah, 100%. And you've had some drives where you put together a lot of good yardage, move the football, and you just go stagnant. And you got the ball at the 40-yard line, great field position. And I'm not going to disagree, Brandon. If you can't score right here, chances of you scoring tonight are going to be very unlikely.
They're going to load up the line, left side of it. H-back tight end, both on the left. Receiver to each side, ball in the near hash. Buffalo's moving it right to left. There's the snap, handoff, Jordan Clark in the backfield, immediately tackled for a loss. And that's a loss of about 4 yards on first down, and that's not the way you wanted to go. 10:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Again, McAlester began that last drive that they had, and it went, what was that? 10 plays. It went 10 plays. And they burned 5 minutes off the clock, never got to the 50-yard line because it started at their own 8. So they have not been able to get a big play against the Zebras. And when you've been relying so much on the big play this season, you've got to have a big play coming up soon. Buffaloes are still slow to get up to the line. They break the huddle with 7 to snap it. 2 receivers on the right side, 5 to snap it. 3, 2, Washington Maisie gets it off in time. Hand off Jordan Clark up the gut. Jordan Clark, now he's going to make it happen out of the 45. And if he stays on his feet, he might go a little bit further. That's a good gain of about 9 yards. Makes his third down way more manageable. 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Jordan Clark on the game.
Out to his own 44-yard line. We're now under 10 minutes left to go in what could be the final game of the Buffalo season unless they can mount the comeback. 3rd down and 6. Trips right, again close to the line. It's Brandon Smith. Washington Maisie the snap. Give to Jordan Clark, met at the line, but then brushes off a defender and rushes for the first down out past the 50-yard line, out to the Claremore 48. That first down brought to you by McAlester Direct Primary Care, offering 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. Call 918-233-6522. Buffaloes in hurry up. They're going quads left and bunching them all up. Washington Maisie, the snap, passing near side over to Brandon Smith. He's got some blockers out to the 45-yard line. Now down the near sideline on a good gain on first down out to the 41.
Washington Maisie.
That'll be a gain of 7 yards, brings up 2nd down and 3. The clock stops because Smith got out of bounds. Now they restart it. It almost feels like a do-or-die drive here, especially when you have just 1 timeout left in regulation. Trips right. Washington Maisie puts Smith in motion. The snap, give over to Smith. Smith rushing left, runs into his own man and is bounce backwards for a loss of about 2 or even 3 yards. 3rd and 5 coming up.
3rd down.
Yeah, I think that time he just ran into his own blocker. Well, it was a combo of his own blocker and someone trying to shut off the block on the left side.
Now they kind of finding success right there, bringing Brandon Smith around on a jet sweep, so they go back to it. And you gotta hope that maybe you can fake that to him and then have something open on the backside.
Snap, back to pass, Washington Maisie. Looking over the middle of the field, throws into double coverage, and it's incomplete.
PI.
And now we have a late flag coming in, and it should be pass interference. They're going for Cleveland Williamson, and he's cramping on the near hash as James Barr Jr. is trying to stretch that leg.
He was draped all over him.
So that should move the chains for the Buffaloes, as we will have Williamson get to his feet. He's going to hop off. He should be okay. It looks like it's just a cramp for him. The pass interference on the Zebras gives McAlester new life on this drive. Moves him inside the 30-yard line. McAlester has already taken about 2.5 minutes, almost 3 minutes off the clock on this drive. They have trips right. Running back is Braden Bumpus on the right side of Case and Washington Maisie. They've been pressing the receivers pretty much all night. Here's the snap. Handoff. Braden Bumpus met in the backfield, taken down, body slammed. That's number 88, Landon King, with the tackle for a loss. On this stacked defensive line, a 4-3 defense by the Zebras, you're looking at Josiah Miller, 6 sacks. Josh Feliciano, 4 sacks. Well, Landon King, he is the king of tackles for losses. That's his 14th on the season. And he has been a menace to the McAlester offensive line tonight. That's going to be a loss of 2. 2nd down and 12. Trips right. Braden Bumpus stays on the left side of KWM. Washington Maisie gets the ball, back to pass. Rushing 5. Here's the pass down the near side for Rodney Washington, and it's bobbled and incomplete, almost intercepted. Rodney Washington almost had to be a defender there on that last pass. Thrown into tight coverage. It was Hudson Lee that knocked that ball down. And 3rd down and 12 coming up for the Buffs.
I mean, got a safety over the top corner in his hip pocket right there. Not very much things you can do right there except just throw that ball up in the air and hope your receiver high points it. And right there, he just goes up and he high pointed it just a little bit more on him.
3rd and 12, trying to get at least some yardage here. If you can't get it on 3rd down, to make this 4th down more manageable. Washington Maisie passes to the far side, caught by Bickham. Bickham is being hogtied, gets away from one tackler, but can't get away from the next, and he's going to have a loss of 3 more yards. And we have 4th down and what could be for the season coming up. Devion Bickham was just trying to make something happen, but again, the relentless pressure of this Claremore defense. As we are looking at 4th down and very long. They got to get out into the red zone to the 18-yard line to continue this drive, and there's no doubt about it. Buffs got to go for it.
Yeah. Field goal ain't going to do nothing for you here except just put you down 11 points.
And you're still down 2 scores.
So,
well, the Buffaloes aren't even going to get this playoff in time. They run up to the huddle with 5 to snap at 4-3. They're not going to get it off in time.
They just burned the last one.
The Buffaloes had to burn their final timeout of the game with 6:25 left in it. With a 4th and 15 coming up and down by 2 scores, we'll take the timeout and be back here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
A duo that's perfect together. That's Blackburn Plumbing and Air and Lennox. Blackburn Plumbing and Air is your local Lennox dealer, and we're committed to making your family's home comfort our top priority. With the wide assortment of Lennox products to offer, Blackburn Plumbing and Air will ensure your home's air is perfect for your family. Call us today at 918-423-2078 or visit us online at goblackburn.com to learn more about how you can experience expert service and care offered by Blackburn Plumbing and Air. License number 138890.
I know we still got 6.5 minutes left in this game, but this very well could be the game. It's 4th down and 16, and Buffalo's got to convert, got to get to the 18-yard line. In the gun, 2 receivers each side. Casey Washington Maisie looks to his left, takes the ball, back to pass, steps up in the pocket, rushes left, throws left, goes into triple coverage into the end zone, and it's...
Did he catch it?
Did he catch that ball? James Barr Jr.?
No.
Can't haul it in. Nearly brought it in, but it's another turnover on downs. Going for the goal line, it was a very close toss-up there, but not being able to come down with it was James Barr Jr. again. That would have been a tough catch regardless. But that will get the Zebras the ball back right around the 35-yard line, call it the 34. And with no timeouts left for the Buffaloes, their chances of coming back in this one are very, very slim. I got to get another turnover here where they got to punch the ball out. I think there's a good chance McAlester gets the ball back in this game. But you're down by 2 scores. You really need to be able to get a big play on defense. Snap, Boisington hands the ball off to Garrett. Garrett sweeping left, met at the line, and he pushes himself forward for a gain of 1. Brings him 2nd down to 9, and that's exactly what you want on 1st down for the Black Death defense. Again, if you can't get a turnover, you got to get a 3 and out.
Yeah. But also, don't be surprised if Claremore, they just milk this clock, let it run down, knowing that the Buffaloes don't have any timeouts left.
The Claremore Zebras, again, coming off of their best finish in 37 years last year. Losing to the eventual state runner-ups, Dell City, who are now in their district. They have no intentions on slowing down here after the heavy turnover from a year ago. They're 5.5 minutes away from punching their ticket to the quarterfinals and to Carl Albert. Here's the snap on 2nd down and out to the 39-yard line. They gained about 4 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 5. Excitement has been high behind this Claremore football program, especially after their run last year. It led to a big-time class, as we mentioned a couple of times during the broadcast. 96 varsity players on this roster. That's not including the freshmen. And they have had a lot of the excitement tonight. They've carried the momentum for most of the night. Buffalo's trying to end it here on 3rd down and 5 to get the momentum back and a chance to be able to go down the field and score. Down 14-0. Here's 3rd and 5. Handoff over to Grimmett. Grimmett rushing left. He's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the carry. That'll bring up 4th down, but the Zebras once again do milk the clock. That was one of their biggest things that they wanted.
And it's 4th down.
And that will force the Zebras to punt the ball away. Like I said, McAlester will get the ball back. Game's not over. But again, their chances of coming back are slim, but they can make it happen if they can get some big plays. McAlester has been able to make some big plays happen this season. Just when you think you can count them out, they say, not so fast, count me back in. Can Buffalo Magic reside in McAlester once more? Kinney is standing back at his own 31-yard line. Lee gets the high snap, does punt it away. It's a line drive punt, end over end, that will bounce at the 37-yard line. Take a Claremore bounce off of a Zebra around the 32, and that's where McAlester will begin this drive, right around the 31-32. So 3:46 left to go in the game for the Buffaloes, down 14-0. No timeouts remaining for McAlester, 2 more for the Zebras. You had something you wanted to mention right before that punt.
I just want to give a shout out real quick. My wife just sent me a picture that her and Izzy are cuddled up on the couch watching the ball game tonight. So
that's awesome. My brother tuning in as well, saying Cameron Sidney Ivy Dog, a.k.a. Dog, watching. Says, go Ocho. He's rooting for Cleveland Williamson tonight. Buffaloes need a big drive. Again, they haven't been shut out this season. And they are 3 minutes and 46 seconds away from possibly having that happen. They go down the field and make this a game. The snap. Washington Maisie passing left side. Finds Devion Bigham. Bigham at the 30-yard line. Met right there. It's going to be a loss of 1. Relentless, suffocating defense. That is what the Zebras have had tonight.
Second down.
This team, they might be the third team in 5A4, but ladies and gentlemen, they're not a slouch. They're a hard-hitting football team. They hang their hat on physicality and violence. And
5A4 was pretty stout this year.
Yeah, I mean, last time I looked, 5A4 was actually leading every game against their 5A3 opponent tonight. So
that's crazy, man. Collinsville taking on Booker T tonight in Booker T at Tulsa.
Yep.
Second down and 10. The snap, Washington Maisie rolling right. Looks downfield, still looks. No one's there. Runs out of real estate, passes over the middle of the field. Caught at the 40-yard line to the 45. That is Brandon Smith still on his feet to the 45-yard line to the 40. Goes past one man but can't stay in bounds. Brandon Smith with a nice catch and go out to the 41-yard line. But look at Case and Washington Maisie keeping that play alive as long as possible, finding an open Smith across the middle, out to the Claremore 41-yard line. He ran until he couldn't find any more room. Buffalo's got to have a little bit of urgency here. I know if they scored this touchdown, got to get the onside kick too. But first off, they got to focus on getting into the end zone, just something they haven't been able to do so far today. A lot of their drives stalling out around the 30, 20, 15-yard lines. Trips right, 8 to snap it, and there is the snap. Rolling out left, Washington Maisie looking downfield. Tries finding Cleveland Williamson, and it's thrown a little bit off to the left. Williamson tried to bring it in his right hand in and try to haul it in along the near tightrope. Can't do so. Only 5 seconds go off the clock on that play. 2:43 left in regulation. McAlester down 14-0. By the way, we want to give a shout out to our logo sponsor tonight, Tolliver in McAlester. In Tolliver Chevy GMC in McAlester, thank you for being our logo sponsor for tonight's playoff matchup between the Buffaloes and the Zebras. Ball's in the left hash. Second down and 10 from the 41. 7 seconds to snap it. Running back left to KWM. The snap. Rolling left. Washington Maisie again looking downfield. Finds a man, does he? It's incomplete. Tried getting his hands underneath the ball. Along the near hash was Cleveland Williamson for the second consecutive play, trying to go to him on a little out route. Can't connect on either play. 6 seconds went off the clock on that play. So we have third down and 10 now for the Buffs.
Looks like
Smith is coming off the field here on this next play.
Choose is coming off the field, so it's third and long. Gotta get past the sticks. This ball's gotta go to the sticks. It cannot be anything in front of it. It's gotta get past them, even on third down.
Trips right, 5 to snap it. Receivers get set with 2 to snap it. There's the ball. Washington Maisie rolling right. Now steps up, in trouble, sacked. Loss of 2 yards. Washington Maisie is sacked once more. And here is your season.
Now it really has to go behind the ball.
No joke.
On the sticks.
4th down and 12. If you could dial up one play to try to keep your season alive, what would it be here?
I can think of one, and we ran it quite a bit in Del City in 2022.
You talking about the backdoor wheel route?
The backdoor wheel. Nobody saw it coming, and if you can run it to perfection right here, nobody will see it coming.
5 to snap it. Still trying to get set. 3, 2, 1. And they get it off just in time. Washington Maisie steps up, fires down the middle of the field, trying to look for Devion Bigham. Bigham can't haul it in. And that will be the season. Buffaloes can't stop the clock. All the Zebras have to do is just take a few knees, and they should be advancing to Midwest City. A second quarter, 5-minute stretch was enough to be able to defeat the McAlester Buffaloes, and it looks like for the first time this season, Buffaloes, who have averaged 30 points per game on the year, will be shut out.
Field access gates. They will not be open for field access until after coaches have not.
So the ball will be placed right between the 42 and the 43. And the victory formation for the Zebras. Just a few snaps and they can call this one quits. Poisonton gets the ball, takes a knee. Play clock will have to restart. They now put it back up on 40. Just a few more plays left in the black and gold season, and they will see their season come to an end in the first round for the second consecutive year. McAlester has been a historically great first-round playoff team, but they ran into a couple of tough 5A4 teams the last 2 seasons. The Bishop Kelly Comets last year in Tulsa, and this year the Claremore Zebras in what was a really, really tough 5A4 district. The Claremore Zebras ended up finishing 3rd, and they will improve to 9-2 on the season and have a date with the Titans in Midwest City next week. Boisington, there's the snap, there's the knee. They'll have to do it one more time. The Buffalo season will end at 8-3, and after a heavy senior turnover from a year ago, did a lot better than a lot of Buffalo fans might have thought they would do. They will have their season end at 8-3. As the Zebras, all they have left is one more snap. From their own 34-yard line. The snap, the knee, and welcome to Midwest City, Claremore. The Zebras will gallop out west to take on the Titans, the 2-time defending state champions. And with a defensive shutout for Claremore, they're riding high out to Midwest City. Buffaloes fall 14-0 to the Claremore Zebras, and we will take a break and talk about it when we come back in the postgame show. Again, the postgame show will be brought to you by the fine folks at McAlester Direct Primary Care. We'll have our postgame interview coming up in just a little while as well. Again, McAlester has their season come to an end, 8-3, their final record on a 14-0 loss to the Claremore Zebras. Again, the Buffalo postgame show brought to you by McAlester Direct Primary Care is next here on KNED.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts on new Jeeps in stock, including Jeep Wranglers. Take up to $12,000 off new Wranglers or 0% for 72 months. The hot-selling Compass discounted $8,000 off or priced at $19,900. Wow! Patriot makes your next Jeep affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky credit card bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Wrangler MSRP 68190. Compass 28090.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
I love fall. Cool breeze, cozy sweaters, and Fit Nissan of McAllister's falling prices. Exactly, just like the leaves change colors, our prices keep dropping. Have you seen the new Rogue? It's as bold as autumn red. Or the sleek black Altima, smooth as crisp November nights. With these prices, you'll be falling in love with your new ride before the last leaf hits the ground. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fit Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fitnissan.com.
Kawasaki's Ridge and Ridge XR family set the new off-road standard. Built for work and play, Ridge side-by-sides deliver versatile performance with a powerful 4-cylinder engine and premium interior features. For even more trail-taming power, the Ridge XR family offers more horsepower and versatility for rugged work or advanced play. This is peak premium performance. Shop the full Kawasaki Ridge lineup today at Vickers Power Sports, 1904 South Main, McAlester.
As we cheer on the Buffaloes for a great season, make sure your home is just as game ready with Freeze and Flare Heat and Air. Whether it's keeping warm during those chilly game nights or staying cool when the heat is on, we've got you covered with top-notch heating and cooling. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air today and enjoy home comfort that's always in the winning zone. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485. Go Buffs!
Well, the holiday season is upon us, which means family and friends will be over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and at Vickers Furniture, our showroom is full of name brand furniture at great savings and easy financing. Plus, there's free turkeys. Not only that, but you can get your $10,000 tickets here too. And did I mention a free turkey? Drop by Vickers Furniture for details. Vickers, 2nd and Choctaw, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
Some zero-turn riding lawnmowers concentrate on performance. Others stay focused on comfort. But whoever said it's an either-or situation? With Gravely, you get plenty of both. And the ProTurn 300 is a perfect example. This newly designed mower is loaded with innovative features and is designed to keep the operator mowing comfortably from dawn to dusk. The Gravely ProTurn 300, the right balance of comfort and performance. Available at KC Farm Machinery, right across from the McAlester Union Stockyards.
A duo that's perfect together. That's Blackburn Plumbing and Air and Lennox. Blackburn Plumbing and Air is your local Lennox dealer, and we're committed to making your family's home comfort our top priority. With the wide assortment of Lennox products to offer, Blackburn Plumbing and Air will ensure your home's air is perfect for your family. Call us today at 918-423-2078 or visit us online at goblackburn.com to learn more about how you can experience expert service and care offered by Blackburn Plumbing and Air. License number 138890.
Nate, go to The season is over here in McAlester, as in the first round of the 5A football playoffs. The Buffaloes fall to the Claremore Zebras in a final score of 14-0. This is the Buffalo postgame show presented by McAlester Direct Primary Care, offering 24/7 access to your provider. Call 918-233-6522. I believe that we have Phillip Jewell Jr. down with McAlester coach Adam Haas for his postgame thoughts. I believe we do. Chase, can you hear me? Or Phillip, can you hear me? One of the two?
Yeah, 1 second. We will have it here within the next few minutes, I think.
Okay. Well, just chime in when you guys are ready, and we will get to you here in a little bit. We know the Buffaloes just ended up breaking the post-game huddle. Again, McAlester falls in this game 14-0 to the Claremore Zebras. It was a rough 5-minute stretch in the second quarter. That was really all it was. The Zebras turned a blocked field goal and turned it into a 9-play, 68-yard drive that ended in a 10-yard touchdown run by Cecil Garrett IV, and then the very next drive, McAlester threw a pick six, and that was the game. That was 14-0, and then by that point in the second half, it was just a bunch of defensive plays. I mean, this is how the second half looked. Starting off with McAlester having the ball. Punt. INT.
Yeah, it's just a very somber field down here, Brandon, and we're not going to be able to speak to interim head coach, Coach Hass, here this evening. So we're just going to go back to you in the booth, and we'll make our way back up there, and we'll finish this post-game show and wrap up the season with you guys when we get up there in a minute.
All right, thank you, Phillip. Again, no post-game interview here tonight, so we will wrap up everything else from here at the booth. But again, I'll just wrap up with what happened in the second half. Again, after halftime ended and it was 14-0 coming out of the break, it was a punt, interception by Claremore, punt, turnover on downs, punt, turnover on downs. A very defensive second half, but McAlester just could not be able to catch when they needed to. They had some starting good field position on a lot of drives, just could not take advantage of it. And that's what Claremore's done really well this year. Again, their offense has not put up a ton of yards per game, but they also put up a lot of points per game. They're plus 30 points in points per game, but they don't have 300 yards per game on the season, and that's because they're able to force turnovers. That's now 25 turnovers on the season that they have forced after 11 games. That is a pretty remarkable number, and they're able to use opponents' mistakes to go into points of their own. So Claremore was able to do that really well tonight, and it led to them winning this one 14-0, whereas able to score off of a blocked field goal and then also scored on that pick six, and that really was the game. Other than that, it was just a defensive battle between the two teams, between two really good defensive teams. So the Claremore Zebras, they will continue on. They're going to be playing the Carlisle Titans. They have a really tall task ahead of them, no pun intended, Titans there. They have won the last 2 in a row, and they've won 8 out of the last 9 state championship games. So we'll see if the Zebras can pull off the upset next week, but the Buffaloes will end their season in a final record of 8-3 on the year. So McAlester will wrap up everything in the post-game show. Is if you're on video stream right now, we're going to transition to radio only. That'll be on the KNED app, also at McAllisterRadio.com on the KNED tab. You can also listen the traditional way if you're in your cars or whatever, 98.3 FM, 1150 AM. So we're going to be flipping over to the radio side, and we'll give our final thoughts on the season and also looking at some postseason action and some area teams that are still in postseason play. We'll recap their scores here in just a bit. This is the Buffalo postgame show. McAlester falls tonight in their final game of the year, 14-0. Presented by McAlester Direct Primary Care, offering 24/7 access to your provider. Call 918-233-6522.